Hello! What's up, everybody? It is Thursday night. Welcome. It is another live NLG show. We are back after doing a little streaming last week, and here we are again. What's up, boys?
It's happening.
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy.
We
Oh man,
survived.
look! Notice that microphone is ever so closer to Chris now, and he sounds like he is right next to us. Wow, that is
Look at
hot,
that.
man.
We didn't know
sound-
he had a sexy voice.
I know, man. You sound
Right.
great.
I'm
And
taking
look-
it from Coop.
Nice. Now look
You've
at
been
that.
giving me
He's-
lessons on how to speak sexy. Sexy gamer talk.
Where is Coop anyway? I thought he was working a
Yeah.
different shift now.
I thought he was too.
Oh,
Thank God I haven't seen him online gaming.
Man.
I know. We gotta find him.
I know.
We gotta find him. So. Well, it's Thursday. It's almost the weekend.
Yeah.
And
Snow in the forecast.
snow in the forecast. We're gonna get. I think what do you scheduled for, Peter? They're still calling for like 4 inches here where I'm at.
I think here less, so who knows?
Yeah. Which means
Probably
we'll
now
get
we won't
nothing.
get anything.
So.
But make sure
No,
you get your
yeah.
breath and your eggs and your milk.
Right.
Because you might be out for weeks.
Weeks. No.
Yeah. How
Yeah,
typical
we-
it is around here.
We've been in the 30s, 40s, 50s here. Cloudy.
Must be nice. Nice
Yeah.
little 50-degree weather. It's 28 degrees here right now. We're in a winter weather advisory. Here we go.
Mm.
Oh, now it's down to total accumulations of 1 to 3 inches. So,
So basically that means you get a dusting.
yeah, we won't get anything. Well, here's the thing, though. If it comes from welcome to the NLG weather forecast. Because
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
Maryland has the Appalachian Mountains. So we have there's in Western Maryland we have a mountain range. If a storm comes from the west and hits the mountain range, it usually fizzles out and doesn't get across the mountains. We usually get nothing. This storm apparently is coming up from the south, so it might get trapped inside. Who knows? Who the hell knows?
Yeah.
But it's cold enough here that it's actually going to stick if it does. So,
Or it got pretty cold in Florida the other day. I mean, they were down in the 40s. In Miami.
Yeah. That's when hell freezes over.
Yeah.
oh man. So, hold on. Sorry, I'm typing. I'd asked how Sister Lupa, who's in the chat, I said, how are you doing? She said she had a bit of a glitch, but she's back on track again. So thank
Good.
goodness for that. Welcome to
Is
our
she like
early
Glitch
channels.
from Wrecking Ralph?
I was gonna say the Matrix, but Wreck-It Ralph works even better.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
so hello to AssassinLupa. Hello, Doggy. Hello, Lady Ventress.
Dope.
Welcome, Toto Dope. Welcome, sir. Nice to have you in tonight.
What's up, Toto?
So, so anyway, so I got all the good stuff out of the way. I had a, because you know me, I try to. Usually Thursday is my treadmill day, so it's like 8:30. I'm going, all right, I'm just getting off the treadmill. I'm gonna run and grab a shower, and I'll be there like right at the nick of time. But today was a gym day, so I got my workout on, came home, showered up. I'm good to go. Good to
Nice.
go. Feeling good. So
Today you're sporting a DJC Game Studio shirt.
Game Studios.
Ooh,
Axel,
yeah.
what's up, Axel?
What's up, Axel? Yeah,
Axel.
I need to pick up a bacon ice cream shirt. Yeah, I wouldn't mind
need
getting DJC.
I have to talk
Yeah.
to Chuck about DJC stuff because he does not sell his merch. So let me
Okay.
see if I can get a couple.
He only
Let me see.
has hand-me-downs.
That's right. I got this when I met him in at Crayola. So let me see if I can talk to him about getting us a couple more shirts.
Cool.
Shaddai is in the house. We got Axel
Shaddai.
and
Nice.
Shaddai. What is up, guys? Shaddai, I hope everybody is feeling better at the Shaddai household.
Yeah.
I heard he was down and out a little bit too. So, and
Hopefully he's on the
Axel,
mend.
of course, we've got some Gamers United Guild in the house. Doggy Dogs, GUG, Axel with the Iconic Gaming Podcast, which will be on tomorrow night. So, and I'm gonna.
I always have to
8
catch
p.m.
them after, because around that time I'm looking. I'm like, I'm already out and about with the family, going dinner or whatever. And then when I get home, like,
Well, I'm gonna be snowed
So-
in, so I'm gonna check it. I'm actually gonna check it live again this week. I got just a quick thing on Iconic Games Podcast, folks. If you have not checked out, and his link is down in the description below. If you have not checked that show out, it's Doggy Dog. Well, it's run by Axel 1324 Gaming. It's got him, Doggy Dog,
Yeah.
and Princess Zelda.
yeah.
They do things that are so unique that it's just such a fun time. So,
Yeah.
guys, check them out, please. While I'm at it, a couple of other quick programming notes, or not so programming notes. Spooky Sprocket is up and at it. He is woken up
Yes.
from his coma.
Nice.
He is back. He posted a video from his hospital bed. They're hoping to get him out the hospital shortly. He's got a little bit of a road to recover from. I mean, you guys heard what happened to him. Couple of like an ex-girlfriend or something sent people to go get his kids from him, and two guys held him while one guy clubbed him with a shovel. It was horrible. It was like right out of a freaking movie.
Yeah.
But he is up. He is awake. Thank God. And I actually talked to him, and I talked to his fiancee Trinity. When they're up for it, we're gonna have him on. And he's ready to get back into the swing of things. I'm really happy that he's up and at it.
Oh yeah, it seemed kind of dire there for a second. I know a lot of us were worried.
I was really worried.
But I think the community, a lot of people came together. And
Yes.
a lot of prayers, a lot of thoughts for him, and he pulled through. So, I mean, that's just the power of, people who friendship, people who care and love each other. If you believe in the higher power and all that, sometimes prayer and thoughts for people can do a lot, even if you're not there for them in person. So,
Yeah. And
there's a lot of us right now a lot of people who are, dealing with, you got COVID, a lot of people, and then, and so on. So,
yeah, it's like Shaddai's still fighting 100-degree fever.
Yeah.
So he's down and
Since Friday, he said, right?
since Friday, yeah. So we're sending good vibes and thoughts and prayers to you too, Shaddai. I want you to get
Axel,
better.
I think, is recovered.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he just recovered too.
Yep. I mean, we're all getting freaking sick. Michelle had COVID. My youngest had COVID. I had the flu, and the whole house had to get, healed up and fumigated.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people I work with, been getting it. Our family members, my wife's family, they just recently have been COVID positive. So I don't know what the wife and my daughter what we're doing, but knock on wood, but us three have not had COVID yet that we know of.
That you know of. I mean,
I mean, the majority of people out there probably asymptomatic and probably didn't even know they had it.
Yeah, you basically cut yourself shaving and get COVID at this point. So,
dang it! I just cut myself like 2 days ago. I might have it by now.
Yeah.
Oh, we do have a member message, Peter.
Yeah, from Axel 11324 Gaming. He says, "Thank you for the shout out. You guys are awesome. You know who's awesome, Axel? You're awesome.
You're awesome." And
nice.
And he did say, "You guys need to guest on my podcast sometime." Of course we will.
Yes.
So, also, we also want to say, just in case they pop in later or listen to this later, our good brother, the MAGG, unfortunately had to leave Gaming After Dark due to for good news, he got an incredible promotion at work, an executive level promotion. As he would say, he got an offer he couldn't refuse. So, but that does mean that he had to leave Gaming After Dark. Noof and Titan are now looking for a new third panel member. They had a stream on today, and they have a really good thing going too. So I want to make sure we love you, Noof, and hey, you know what, Titan, starting to get to know you a little bit. I know we haven't known you as long as we've known Noof. He's starting to get on camera a bit, and he's actually I tell you what, he's got a good camera. He's got a good face for camera. I don't know. That's a weird thing to say. But he's got a good camera presence. So I hope he'll do more of that.
Yeah,
and very knowledgeable guy. I mean, both of them are. Noof Noof and Titan are very knowledgeable. So is MAGG.
He's a smiteaholic, though.
Yeah, yes, he's a smiteaholic. So he does have his demons. So, hey, what's up, Relic? Brother,
quick shout out to 108.
108 Dragons. What's up, Lemon? And Mega Myke.
Lemon. Hey.
Dork Side, they're all coming in now.
Yeah, Mega Myke and Dork Side. Love that
they all
name.
came. They all came for the goodness. That's you guys.
And so Axel's trying to take a dig at my Cowboys. Got COVID. Coincidence? No, sir. Sorry. It's what happens when you don't cheer for the Cowboys. Or maybe if you did cheer for Cowboys, that's what happens. I don't know.
So we got a new team. Name.
Who?
Washington Commanders.
Is that what the name's going to be?
Is it Commanders? Or is it Admirals?
God.
I think the Commanders.
Huh.
Ugh.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going to help.
Yeah, I'm more about like taking the name football, taking the foot out of the balls. It's like only time they use it is for a little punt down there, left and right.
But didn't football came around before the game of soccer?
I'm not sure about that.
It wasn't an American.
I don't think that's how.
I thought Americans introduced soccer to Europe.
They were playing soccer with skulls, so.
Wait, what?
We called it soccer here, but then of course they called it football over there.
You play with your foot.
Right.
But soccer originally came
handball with your hands, football with your foot.
No, you got to kick field goals and extra points.
No, soccer started in China way back in like early BC.
Yes, everything started in China, sir, but they didn't call it football soccer back then.
No, they called it Sushu, which means kicking the ball.
Yeah.
No, wait.
Yeah.
I thought the Aztecs started it, but they it was kind of combo of basketball and
Look,
and
I'm
soccer.
reading. Look, I'm reading a thing. Look, some suggest now we're good. Welcome to Next Level Gaming Sports. Some suggest the history of
sports.
soccer
This is for Frankie, some sports ball right here.
dates back as far as 2500 BC. During this time, the Greeks, Egyptians, and Chinese all appear to have partaken in games involving a ball and feet. Oh, it didn't
Just
start
because
in
they were
America.
kicking rocks back then doesn't mean it was actual soccer. Come on now.
No, it actually really started to evolve from modern Europe, from the medieval period. So no, it did not start here in America. It's not like pizza.
But the Americans actually officially introduced it as soccer, or however what we know of today.
Yeah, they
That's-
introduced it as soccer because they called it soccer. They're like, here's
Right,
soccer. And
that
they're
is-
like, hey, we have
yeah.
the similar thing. It's called football.
Right, and we've had it for longer. You're
All
really
right,
good.
so everybody in the world calls it football. This is wrong with the American thinking. Americans
See,
think.
even Lemon knows. Even
Americans
Lemon
think
knows.
that America is all there is, and the rest is like, I
It's
don't
fake
know.
news.
Fake news. Fake news. Even Lemon knows. 2,000 years ago came from China. Good
Yeah.
Lord. I didn't say Dushu, Axel. I said Tsushu. Tsushu. No, I didn't
Not
say
to be confused with
Mushu, which is
sushi. But
right. I did not say sushi, which is
Oh.
actually very tasty.
Yeah.
Oh, all
So
right.
it tastes
more
lettery,
people
you
are-
know why. He said shoo.
That's right. More people piling in. We've got brother Nick, Geeks with Cash. We had a fantastic Retro Roots on Monday night. Man, so I was streaming
it.
I was streaming some Saturn shmups over the weekend on Sunday, and Nick was in the chat, and Carla was in the chat, and Carla said, "So, what are you guys talking about tomorrow?" And I said, "I don't know." And Nick said, "I don't know either." And I said, and between us, we said we could talk about shmups. And so we had a great show on our favorite shmups, and then on Tuesday, Nick put out a great video of shmups on Steam. And I got to tell you, I started looking up shmups on the Xbox and PlayStation 5, like Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5. There's a ton of them. I didn't even realize how many there were. So I'm going to go start checking some of these out. And in fact, this week, I had all these meetings at night, like the synagogue and stuff. I was actually playing an old shmup that I had from Xbox One called Dogos. And there's actually a video on our channel of me streaming that when I first got it. It's an overhead shmup with a 60-degree, a ship that goes 360 degrees, kind of like an evolution of Thunder Force 2 from the Genesis. It's freaking fantastic. So,
Nice.
yeah. Cousin Born's in the house. What's up, cousin?
I believe one
Axel
of
says,
the shmups. I think they was one of the games for gold. I forgot what the name was.
Radiant
one-
Silver Gun. Please tell me you got
No,
it.
no, it was the other one, the Void something.
Oh, Void,
Finger.
Neurovoider.
Yeah, and I wasn't too impressed. I
No,
don't like it that you have all these different options you can do, and selecting and stuff. It's like I prefer like the old school, one button and try to avoid getting hit and just pick up, you
Yeah.
pick up for different weapons, but not like where you can pick and choose on the fly and other stuff.
I don't know. Try Dogo, so it's really good. So we got so cousin Born's in the house, brother Nick, side. Axel says, "Oh, sorry, your Chinese has a Western accent." Yeah, it does.
I only speak like 2 words Chinese, and that's a number 3 and a number 24.
I
That's it.
I just saw somebody else pop in, and
Did you get Qeorge games?
I did get Qeorge, brother Qeorge. Toto Dope says Iron Lords was epic. Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. Thank you, Toto Dope. I wanna give a great shout out to my brothers over at the Iron Lords podcast, brother Cog, King David, brother Sav, brother Cog and brother Sav are my Sega brothers. brother Addict, they had an epic
they
show.
did.
I mean, we were all coming in and out. So I got on there at like 1:30 in the afternoon. COG reached out and said, "Hey man, I want you on. I want your opinion." And I'm like, "Really?" I mean, they had like 2,000 people watching that show on Sunday. Colin Moriarty was on later on. Boomstick was on. I saw Jay Fonz was on. Fonzarelli was on. Wandering Dutch was on. Hoaglaw. They just had an insane like smorgasbord. 3MG Live and Chase Money. They had just an incredible show at COG. I gotta tell you, man, that guy runs a podcast on such a different level than the rest of us. I mean, I remember when he hit me up and we were talking about it, he said, "Now, by the way, I gotta get you to, we've got strict rules on this show." And he was like, he had everything. It was so impressive. And I want to give a shout out and say thank you so much to my brothers at the Iron Lords for having me on and letting me come in and give my opinion, which we're going to talk about here in a few minutes with the Activision-Blizzard stuff. But it was really nice of them to have me on. They're great people. I appreciate, the love they give me. They always call me the OG, which is, because they know I used to be a game journalist. They know that NL Gaming was a website before all of this. And so, COG throws me a lot of love for that. So, Masshole is in the house. Chris, if you would.
Masshole.
Brother Mass is in the house. And hey, brother Clowns is in the house. NLG for life. GUG in the house.
Good show earlier.
Great show this late afternoon or early evening, Clowns. It was great. They were talking about the metaverse and all the other stuff going on with the Microsoft stuff that honestly nobody else has been talking about. They had a great show. Cerebral Paul was on. Animated Evil was on. And of course, if you don't know Four Guys with Quarters or 4GQ TV, they are down in the description below as well. Proud member of the Gamers United Guild. Great people. So we love you, Clowns.
Talk about metaverse, and you think about metaverse, and the first word meta, and now Facebook is now meta or meta or whatever the fuck it's called. Pardon my French, but now they're renaming the Oculus Quest Meta Quest. It's like seriously,
meta now with
oh fuck. Okay. So right when I start thinking like, maybe I should, and then they pull this, and it's like, nope. Next.
I know. What you gonna do?
It's a shame.
As long as we still got retro regular gaming.
Oh, yeah. That will not go away anytime soon.
No.
It will never replace as
by the time we're all in their 80s and 90s, we're all going to be hooked up to some kind of VR metaverse.
You don't even need VR. You just get an Elon Musk implant.
Yeah,
and you just you just see it in your brain, and it's like
an Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Taj, brother, real Taj is in the house.
Taj.
Dude, you did. Man, I wanted to have Taj on one night. If I'd have known, we'd have set this up. Welcome, Taj. Relic says, anyone getting excited about the Steam Deck coming out soon? That's coming out February 25th, I think, is the first run of them. I did not order one because, honestly,
me neither.
I've got, I don't know.
I don't really play a lot of handheld. I mean, I'll get on my phone to play, and I have the Razer Kishi to play some cloud gaming Xbox. Of course,
Candy Crush.
Switch.
It's okay, Chris. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's now Microsoft Studio, so I'm on.
There you go. But no, I mean, I don't even jump on Steam on my PC enough to
I don't have Steam.
warrant me to buy a Steam Deck. So But I hope it does well. I mean, that people could take their Steam games on the go.
Absolutely. And I know Relic's excited for it. Relic was one of the first ones to pre-order, so I know he's excited for it.
And Geeks with Cash as well.
Oh, that's right. Geeks with Cash has got one on order. Oh.
So those of you that have it on order, which one did you get as far as right? Because it kind of like Apple, you want more memory, you're gonna pay more. Different gigs.
Yeah, tell us because
Yeah,
remind
entry
me.
and then mid and then.
Yeah, because I don't remember which one they all got. So remind us which one
Yeah.
they got. Which one you guys got?
But you still should be able to add like an SD, right?
Yes,
If
you
want
can.
more.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can. And
We've
that
got a
seems
renowned author here. Sarah's in the house.
Cyrus. Hey,
You got your book? Oh, nice.
I got the book. Together Again, The Return of
How many
Intelligence.
pages?
Oh, sorry, I got the. It does. So hold on. He was not kidding. The first
The,
page is blank.
intentionally left blank page.
Yes, it says page 1. Hold on, but for a bonus, there's a bonus blank page.
No, that's for the autograph.
No, but this is I tell you what, I've started reading it. It's wonderful, and you know what the great part is Cyrus is, he's speaking from his heart. He's speaking from, how he feels, and you know what? So far, it's been a great book, and I know Seth wants to read it too. So,
Cool.
great first.
So he will have
run.
final verdict.
Yes, I will read it, and we'll give you final verdict on the next show. So, by the way, Chris.
Axel. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I'm just laughing. Axel said he got a Steam Deck beta called Laptop.
Nice. By the way, guess what, Chris? Forbidden
Yes.
West is gone gold.
Good. Yeah,
Gold.
excited.
It's gone
Nice.
gold. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I look forward to you and Peter's gameplay on that. Y'all's thoughts.
Yeah, apparently it has the same main protagonist, so it's kind of like cookie cutter shenanigans. So bad game.
Oh, yeah, you're
Uh,
right.
yeah,
We're
that's
not getting it anymore. That's it. That's it. That's it.
That's it.
So,
Come on, be original.
no, look. It's
People were flipping out about the same animations. It's like if she
It's-
jumps down a waterfall, why would it be different now than
Right.
when it was before?
mean,
if it was
if
good,
it worked
good to begin
before,
with.
Yeah, I mean, if they made improvements, it looks like a better looking game. Keep it what works. I mean, look at Assassin's Creed. People are calling those cookie cutters, but as they progress, they look better. The more from Origin.
Yeah, they get more
Odyssey,
refined and other
Valhalla.
stuff.
Yeah.
well, not just
The
that.
story is different, and it's like
Yeah.
If they use the same animation for her to jump down something, but it allows her to add like that thing that she just
Yeah.
did, or all that beautiful foliage because that's what they're working on, and not, or like this, like riding a frickin'. I mean,
Yeah, that's
and by the
cool.
way, this is captured on PS4 Pro. So Peter, imagine how good our PS5 version gonna look.
Yeah. Some of the
I mean-
underwater stuff looked pretty cool too.
yeah.
I mean, I saw that today, and I wasn't even going to bring it up. I'm glad you did, because obviously it shows you how stupid the internet is. But I mean, come on, when this comes out, so you guys are not going to see me on Xbox for at least 2 weeks, because I'm going to be playing the ever loving crap out of this. Like
Same.
This is-
and I'll be streaming it too, right here
Yes.
on the NLG channel.
yes, I'm not even gonna. I'm just gonna play it. I'm gonna let you stream it.
Yeah.
You've been doing really great at streaming these the PS5 and the single player stuff, like the Ratchet and Clank games, and I think I streamed God of War, but you've done a good share of the PlayStation games. I remember when you streamed Astral's Playground, and so
Who did Ghost of Tsushima?
That was Myke. That was you, Myke.
I did.
Yeah, I
Wasn't it?
think
you
you
should
did
play
that,
it in
Myke.
the black and white mode.
I
And
did.
you couldn't see the
And I could
go
see
to the red
flowers.
field.
The red
guys,
flowers.
I like this. Yeah, the red flowers.
No.
That was funny.
I can't wait for this game. That's all I gotta say. I cannot wait for this game. And
I think
you know,
no, you two would be playing this, so I'm kind of interested in playing. What's the other one coming out next month? That's pretty big. The second one,
ET7.
the zombie one. Well, was it more like a
Dying
zombie
Light
one?
2.
Dying Light.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in that now.
forgot about Dying
Wanna
Light 2.
see. Yeah,
500 hours.
I know.
Stream all 500.
yeah. Almost every game I have is. Seems
You need
like to
finish.
me.
Did you finish your Valhalla?
No, and I haven't finished Far Cry 6. I got to go back. I'm almost finished with Valhalla, so maybe I should go back to
Ooh,
that one.
Yeah, I finished Valhalla. One thing at a time. Just finish that up.
But then it's got that DLC, which I heard is pretty good.
Ooh,
people-
Valhalla?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have the DLC? I don't have the DLC.
But
And
have
it's
a
still
couple-
too expensive. I wait for a sale.
Yeah.
And then I still don't play it probably because of Watch Dogs. I got the DLC and didn't play it. And I got the Far Cry DLC and I haven't played any of it yet.
Yeah.
But my intent is to play it. But
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. Crap. I didn't even. Jeez, I feel so stupid and so bad. Cousin Born, I know you're in the chat. I have not yet activated this Far Cry 6 code. I'm gonna do that this weekend, and I'm gonna get started on Far Cry 6. So.
oh yeah,
brother-
you need to play that. It's good.
Brother, cousin
Yeah.
Born gave me a copy of Far Cry 6. Thank you so much. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Born. You're an awesome guy. I haven't activated it yet because I'm just horrible. Lupa says, I finally got an Xbox Series X mini fridge, but I can't get a PS5 digital. They're like unicorns in the UK.
Yeah. I have yet to see a PS5 in the store or a Series X, but I've seen tons of Series S's already. And I've been trying to get a mini fridge, and I have yet to be able to acquire one here where I'm at.
Yeah, I
So,
want to get a mini fridge, and I want to because
yeah.
I would like to put some stuff down here next to where the computer is, but then again, it does allow me to walk up and down the steps and get my steps in. There is that.
Yeah.
So, what's up, brother Paste? Eating Paste is in the house. So, what have you guys been playing this week? Because I've been a little off. I've been playing a lot of Dogos while I've been sitting on meetings at the temple and some other things that some other emergency phone calls and stuff and of course Retro Roots, which was Monday. What have you guys been playing while I've been out?
Well, I finished. Well, maybe it was last week, but I finally finished Halo Infinite, the campaign.
And
really, I did. I really. I thought the story was pretty good, and definitely left there more waiting because we know more's coming. So, those of you who haven't beat it yet, wait till the very end of the credits. So.
right.
So definitely pretty cool. And and I kept playing a little bit more to go find more cores and the multiplayer cosmetic stuff, lockers, and just whatever I can just go around the map and clean up. I like I was telling you, Peter, that one night, I've only found one skull by accident.
Yeah. Some of them are like in odd places. Other ones
Yeah.
you can only find like during the particular part in the campaign, so you can go back to it, which sucks.
Yeah, but I can't wait till co-op comes out so we can all run through that together.
Yeah, that will be a lot of fun.
Do some skull hunting around the map, and plus
Skull hunting will be the big thing.
yeah, and hopefully once that comes out, we get some kind of roadmap on some campaign DLC. I don't know. We probably won't see nothing until maybe closer to maybe. Hold on, maybe they'll announce something at E3. Maybe something for the summer or something. I don't know. So hopefully they try to keep us some regular content on campaign, not just multiplayer. So because there's definitely a lot there. That they also left it open. Obviously, there's more on the ring. There's more banished to take care of throughout the ring. So hopefully we'll be seeing more sections open up throughout the soon. So, and other than that, I know, but of course, last week everybody knows we streamed well, we're gonna talk about it later. But,
Rainbow Six Extraction.
Yeah, Rainbow Six. So.
Yeah, we did.
So we have thoughts.
We have thoughts.
We have thoughts, which actually happens to be one of our topics. Oh, wait a minute! If I hit the right one, I am such a horrible host. One of the topics for tonight.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And other than that, I did some. My brother-in-law, and my nephew have been playing Fallout 76, so I re-downloaded that and jumped back into that a little bit. Just kind of familiarize myself.
That's what I hate about those games, trying to jump back in after you haven't played it in a while. It's like, what does, you forget what everything does.
Yeah, I had to re-familiarize myself with the controls again and this and that, and kind of run around. Definitely a grinding game, but they did add human NPCs throughout, so I did run across a few of those. So, but there are, in the game, they have vaults. They have kind of like, I guess, dungeons for you to go in and, explore and experience that with others. So,
nice.
So I'll be doing that once in a while with the family. And other than that, you can't see my shirt. Well, my hat. If you see the hat, you see the symbol.
Yeah.
I'm a Halo, UNSC, and then the shirt is Master Chief.
Look at that.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Very nice.
I'm the boring one with my red sweater.
I just got that today. So
nice. Yeah, I've been playing Call of Duty campaigns.
Oh,
so I did the
you've been gearing up, have you?
Gearing up. Yeah, no, that was actually before we heard the news. But so I played played Vanguard. It was an excellent campaign. Really enjoyed it. And then I discovered, like, wait a second, I got Cold War and I played a multiplayer, and I never played the single player. It's like, what's wrong with me? So I started playing that, and it was also very, very excellent. So I enjoyed my Call of Duty single players. And then also played some Forza Horizon 5 just to make sure I get my seasonal cars. It's a little bit of grind, but once in a while it's fun to get back in there and just kick up some dust, burn some rubber. And yesterday I started playing Hitman 3.
Oh, right, because that's in Game Pass now.
Yeah, exactly. So it's good stuff.
Yeah,
enjoyed it. So many different ways to take out, your target, and some other bystanders that you need to get rid of. It's a lot of fun. So I can't wait to jump back in that.
Very nice.
That's probably it. Besides the casual Mahjong Windows game on PC, but
you play Mahjong on the PC?
Yeah. Hey, it has Chivos.
Hey,
now.
why
That's
not?
Just a benefit.
Do it for the Chivos.
Nah, not really.
That's funny. Okay.
But yeah, the only thing that was missing is Candy Crush. I did not play Candy Crush, so I'm not that much of a Activision shill.
Not yet, anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Waiting for those free Game Pass perks.
Well, actually, even though I don't play multiplayer Call of Duty really, But I look forward to some of the campaigns. I want to play. Was it Infinite? What was it? Infinity? The one they were in space. The one Call of Duty.
That's the one.
Campaign?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to check that out because I know Coop liked it. So.
I think I played most of them.
Yeah.
That's a campaign. Yeah. Playing them on veteran and stuff for the extra challenge.
When they do hit Game Pass, and we can roll,
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
Can we co-op the Call of Duty campaigns?
I have
I don't
no
think
idea.
so. I think you can only do the zombie modes.
Yeah.
Jan's priming me up to mention, because we get royalties every time we say Amico, so he's already getting me up. Do you think Microsoft will share Activision games on competing systems? Any hope for Pitfall on the Amico? Well, Peter, that segues us into our first official topic of the night.
Yes.
Already? Hasn't been an hour yet.
I know it's only 9:47, but
okay,
go ahead.
Why not?
Oh, sorry. You were waiting for me.
I was waiting for you.
Activision-Blizzard.
All right.
It's not even highlighted. It's like.
I was going to highlight it as you say it.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to do anything I
Like
can.
what topic are we on? Like the night is still young, so.
I know. I know. We ever since Go Game Go was on, that is just we just don't get right
Those
into
are more suggestions.
Oh my goodness. All right.
It says a roadmap as Columbus going for India,
All right. So of course we all know, a week and 2 days ago, Microsoft pretty much shocked the entire gaming universe by announcing that they were going to acquire Activision-Blizzard. I remember we were behind the scenes. I remember, and I told this story on Iron Lords. I woke up that morning, that Tuesday morning, and I usually get up and I'm laying in bed, all nice under the covers, and I usually reach over and I grab my phone. And I'm like, all right, let's see what's going on at work. Check my work email, and then I'm like, all right, let me check Twitter, and somehow I start seeing these messages, like, I can't believe Microsoft bought Activision. And I'm like, hang on a second. And I do this with my eyes, right? I'm like, and I shake my head, because I can't. And I'm like, I'm starting to read, and everybody's going nuts. And it's 9 a.m. or 8:30 in the morning. And I finally get to the official Xbox thing, read it. And then you guys are already in Discord going, posting this out. And then Peter's going, we got to go on tonight. I'm like, you guys don't want to wait till Thursday? Peter's like, no, I want to go on. We got to go on tonight. So we went on Tuesday night. We had about an hour because, obviously Tuesday night is Retro Renegades, another wonderful, great, great brother show to ours. Gamers United Guild. It's Jay and family, and I'm like, all right, so if we're going on, we got to go on at 9 because that's when they go off. And then we didn't want to overrun Gaming After Dark, so like, all right, we'll go on from 9 to 10. I think we went a little over, but I don't tell Noof that. And so we had about an hour to just kind of digest what we saw. And I know it wasn't enough. So I wanted to come back around. And since then, we've heard all kinds of things that have gone on about this. Like how it happened, that Activision approached Microsoft and was getting other bids, but really wanted Microsoft. That and then the big talk about Call of Duty, and then of course the big talk of what Phil Spencer really saw in the portfolio that he liked. So,
and then Sony's response.
And then Sony's response. So I get to that and so on. So, I wanted to continue that discussion so that we can get our final kind of thoughts out, but also talk about what, some of the things that have gone on since. I want to start with Call of Duty because, of course, that's the big one, right?
Yeah, it's
so
the number one selling game every year.
Every year. And that set off the huge alarm bells all over. Call of Duty is going to be an Xbox exclusive. They're going to take it away from PlayStation, so on. So, let me see. I don't have the exact date of it, I don't think. But within 24 hours, we get a tweet from Phil. And Phil says, let me bring this up. Phil says, let me see if I can, well, that's about good. Had good calls this week with leaders at Sony. He didn't say whether he called them or they called him. I'm betting, I'm betting Sony called him. And I'll tell you why in a second. Had good calls this week with leaders at Sony. I confirmed our intent to honor all existing agreements upon acquisition of Activision-Blizzard and our desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. Sony is an important part of our industry and we value our relationship. I don't know.
I also want to underline or highlight desire because that's an interesting word too. But
yeah, that's I'm gonna let you sound off on that in a second. I because I caught that too. I think it's the one that caught me more though was really funny. And we value our relationship. I'm thinking to myself, what relationship? if Sony, and I gotta say this, and I'm just saying, I'm just saying the facts. This is object opinion. If Sony purchased Activision, damn well that this would not be a Jim Ryan tweet. Had good calls this week with leaders at Microsoft.
No.
Call of Duty would be a PlayStation exclusive and the only place you could go to get it. And if that crushed Microsoft, and as we said, Nintendo's not worried about this at all. Then even better, right? Mm-hmm. There's no way in hell that Sony would keep Call of Duty multiplat. There just isn't. That's fact.
Yeah.
So Phil is doing this. Now he's doing this because Sony and Activision have a contract. And it turns out that contract runs through, guess what year?
25.
Nope. 23.
Yeah.
When this deal is supposed to finish. Because remember, they started out with a 5-year deal in 2014 and then re-upped that deal in 2019.
Yeah, sorry.
2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23. So, after that, we have no idea. However,
but here's a thing. I'm curious how those contracts are written, right? Like, say Microsoft wants to be jackasses, Could they say like, hell no, I'm not going to honor that contract because it was between you and Activision is no more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is curious.
Could they technically do that?
I'm sure the lawyers definitely looking into all that now.
Yep. Well, the other thing too is their yearly releases now. They don't have to be yearly releases going forward.
Right.
No.
They could run out the clock. So, now Eating Paste has a good comment here. Their relationship is that Sony holds 50% of the console market, maybe a lot more, and the sales price of Activision is based on Call of Duty selling as it does on all platforms. Yes and no, because let's say this went Xbox exclusive, right? You still have Steam. You still have the PC market, and you have the Xbox market. And don't forget, Pace, this is not about selling Call of Duty. Let's be clear.
Yeah. I think Call of Duty is like a tiny little piece of that big pie, even though it sounds like huge.
Go ahead, Peter. You guys know where we're going. You finish my sentence because you know where I'm headed. This is about
the mobile market.
Okay, that's not where I was going. Chris,
sorry.
You know where you know where I'm going?
Oh, apparently not.
Game Pass. This is about Game Pass. This is about selling that $15 a month subscription, right? That is what that's about. And by the way, don't let it be lost on anybody that Microsoft, in their financials this past quarter, I didn't even go into that. I mean, I wasn't even planning on going into that, but people have to remember Microsoft made $15 billion in revenue this quarter. They have had the best Xbox sales in hardware and in services in their history. This is the best and fastest selling Xbox hardware. For those of you who say that Microsoft doesn't care about selling Xbox consoles, they had the best their best hardware year ever of any kind, and that includes they're including the Xbox 360 in that.
Yeah, that's pretty big. That's pretty big.
Yeah. Here, just looking. So yeah, fiscal year 21Q revenue surges 51% with Xbox Series X and Xbox S launch. So Microsoft made in quarter two $43.1 billion. All right, remember this is a multi-trillion-dollar company. People that you got to remember that $68 billion is kind of a drop in the bucket to them.
Yeah. I mean, Microsoft could buy all the major players, including PlayStation and Nintendo, and still have, cash in the bank, or at least.
You're right. And still, because well, remember, this is a cash deal.
This is a cash deal.
This is a cash deal.
I also heard that they were sitting on that cash and they need to kind of spend it before the end of their fiscal year, which I believe is July 1st or something like that. Or
yeah, I think so.
June 30th is the end of the. Yeah.
I mean, believe it or not, the losing Call of Duty on PlayStation sales, you have all these Xbox Series X's in the market. If they all start getting Game Pass to get Call of Duty, plus don't forget, part of the Activision deal is Major League Gaming, which so I don't think
we have a Microsoft Arena or whatever that thing is called that's now empty because there's no E3 or whatsoever, and use that for that purpose.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No. That's exactly. But that goes to the point. Microsoft is hardly concerned about losing out on that. Yeah. Single cost revenue of selling Call of Duty on PlayStation. They are worried about getting you on Game Pass, and this is the way to do it. Yeah. And yes, so okay, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say real quick but that's the number one thing right there. Is Xbox and Microsoft are more worried about growing the Xbox ecosystem and Game Pass, right, on multiple devices. And how are you going to do that by allowing Call of Duty, after the contracts are done, to be on your competitor as far as in the console market on PlayStation, right? So over time, they're gonna say, look, we're sorry. They're gonna play the PR deal like Bethesda did, Like, we're sorry, our intentions were not to take it away from PlayStation gamers, but we do have a place for you to go to play it. And they're
Right.
going to want those people. The majority of people who jump on these consoles a lot of them are Call of Duty players. That's all they play. That's all they care about. I have a buddy.
And they used to be in a 360, right? But then PlayStation got their COD deal and stuff. So I think it's more in Sony's interest to get these games than in Microsoft to,
Yeah, because it was the big thing for Xbox when they jumped on the marketing rights to Call of Duty in the 360 days. That was huge, and that sold a lot of consoles for them. A lot of attention their way, right?
So
and then when
a mistake was made to let that go.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, they let it go during the Xbox One era because they were kind of struggling, right? Phil, once he took over, he's like, we're not worried about that right now. And maybe Myerson was like, look, we had some issues here with the launch of the Xbox One. We have some optics issues. We're not worried about the Call of Duty deal. We're not going to spend money on that. So what did Sony did? They snapped that up. And so as soon as they did that, they got all the attention on all these gamers out there who used to probably play Call of Duty on 360. And now they're like, hey, well, the PS4 is $100 cheaper. And supposedly it plays better on the PS4 because Sony did a great job marketing there that this is a place you want to play. But now Xbox has the opportunity is that now we own Activision. This is going to be on Game Pass day one. The Series X is a more powerful console. Also, you can play Call of Duty on cloud and PC. And I think you're going to start seeing players shift back towards Xbox because if they want to play Call of Duty and that's all they play, they'll go play it on the Xbox. They're not loyal.
I mean, if that's the best play to play Call of Duty, then that's where the players will go.
Especially if that's
the only PC, but then it's still Microsoft. So that,
Yeah, and retaining all their current contracts means exactly that. It's why Deathloop and Ghostwire are on PlayStation. It's why, it's why Call of Duty is going to be there until that contract is up. I think people don't understand that, Microsoft will not break a contract. But once that contract is done, Call of Duty is theirs. And if you want to play Call of Duty, like you guys are saying, that's where you're going to have to go. Now, maybe not Warzone. They might keep Warzone there, and they might keep updating Warzone for a while. But
also if Warzone comes out the year that the final year of their contract and stuff, I mean, they probably want to support a little longer and have people buying, whatever there's season passes or whatever they're called.
Yeah, it's why Starfield and the next Elder Scrolls are not on PlayStation. I mean, and people keep bringing up, and we didn't get a chance to really say this on last Tuesday. People keep bringing up Minecraft. Oh, well, Minecraft is still on it. But here's the thing about Minecraft. Minecraft has not had a new game in its series. And I'm not talking about Minecraft Dungeons. Minecraft Dungeons went everywhere. But Minecraft was on all platforms when Mojang was acquired. And they're not dropping any platforms. But they haven't made a Minecraft 2.
But also Minecraft, the IP is more than just a game.
Yes, it's more than just a game.
It's more than just a game. You have all the accessory jazz.
Yep, and
you name it.
And it's on
Call of
tablets.
Duty, you don't really have that.
And it's on tablets and PC. It's not just PlayStation and Switch. It's tablets. It's mobile. It's Minecraft is on your fridge if you have a smart fridge, right? I mean, that is a big difference than buying Activision and bringing Call of Duty in. It's not the same boat. And again, I'll point to Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls Online is still on PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
Skyrim is never going to not be on PlayStation. But Elder Scrolls 6 is only going to be on Xbox and PC. That's That's it. And there's a
Yep.
series. There's a series coming in house. You know, it is their. It's their right.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah,
if
'cause
Sony,
Starfield and Redfall, I'm sure, because they've been in development for years, right? So I'm sure they already
yeah.
had PS5 kits, PS4 kits
sure,
to develop them for that, right? But as soon as Xbox acquired Bethesda, that was off the table.
right. Now I
So-
don't know about Redfall because they announced Redfall at
Yeah, that might have been just
that one.
still
Yeah.
very early at that point.
Yeah, but
It's
no,
definitely
it's coming out this
Starfield.
year.
Definitely Starfield.
Redfall's coming out this year. I thought I saw
Is
around
it?
October. Yep.
Is it?
Yep.
Well, I know we keep bandying that about. I didn't.
Yeah, I just read somewhere not too long ago, maybe today or yesterday, that Redfall looking to come in October. I thought it would come around more.
Right. But also,
summer,
like, the Bethesda deal was a little while back, and
It
them
was
saying
they-
like,
it
"Hey,
was
we're
already
gonna do
planned.
this."
Yeah.
They, you know, at that point, it could have been dropped already from, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, good, because we'll use Redfall in our next segment. Hey, what's
Yeah.
up, brother Bav?
Yep.
And also,
Brother
shout
Mav.
out to Project Jeff. Jeff, what's going on?
Yeah, pop
Jeff.
in. Oh, brother Mav, looks like just getting finished with PM and the PM. I had a good show tonight. I did pop in there for a little bit. I don't know, Mav might not have seen me, but I did pop in to say hi, throw a like down because they are always good. Him and Pong. So I haven't seen Pong even after PM and PM. I haven't seen Pong in a while.
It's because he's either working and he's on every podcast out there.
Right,
You can think of.
he's literally literally.
Monday
He
to
probably had
Saturday.
another
Little-
show to go on.
Well,
Yeah.
ping pong around.
I don't know how he does it. No. I don't know how Mav does it. Mav, I don't know how you have the energy. This Fun Pop Xbox Ultimate, Fun Speculation on Saturdays, I think Saturdays. I don't know how you do it. I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're finally getting over that COVID, man. So,
Yeah.
Oh, and I saw 3-Bits coming back to Fun Pop. I saw that
Yeah.
he announced that
Yeah.
earlier today. That's great news. Haven't seen him around in a while. I miss him. No. So anyway, you know, now and this could also be an influencing factor. Sony decided to open their mouth, and I say that I don't know why they did. Sony decided to open their mouth and basically say, well, we expect Microsoft to keep to keep their agreements and keep PlayStation.
Call of Duty on PlayStation, right?
Yeah. To which I would respond, oh, here we go. We expect that Microsoft will abide by contractual agreements and continue to ensure Activision games are multi-platform. So that's
Activision games. Activision.
Yeah,
All Activision.
like they think the next Crash Bandicoot's going to be multi-plat, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
So I that,
which is kind of ironic, right?
so you have
Crash Bandicoot.
and I hate to be like this, because I'm not, I kind of understand Sony kind of being in this position because they're kind of racked by this, but there's a difference between Phil's, hey, I had a good call with leaders at Sony.
Mm-hmm.
I confirmed our intent to honor all our existing agreements. We want to keep PlayStation, Call of Duty on PlayStation. Sony's an important part of our industry and we value our relationship. And Sony just goes, we expect that Microsoft will make every Activision game multi-platform. See, at that point,
Yeah,
I'd
I
like-
gave him the middle finger. Like, hell no,
I
shoot for you.
Yeah, that's right. No Crash for you.
Yeah,
I mean,
no
I'm
Crash for
serious,
you.
and this is arrogant Sony, right?
Mm-hmm.
And arrogant Sony is always a Sony I don't like. Good
Yeah.
Sony is the Sony that's putting out Horizon Forbidden West and get ready to play. But arrogant Sony makes stupid comments like that then make you not want to like them.
Right.
So,
Quick before we forget, got a super chat from Tash. He says, I just want a third-person action game with Hanzo and Genji, and Prototype 3 with Alex Mercer and Heller as protagonists.
Nice, Taj. Ooh.
Yeah, I've been seeing more of that. People calling that Prototype 3.
You know
some
what
of
I'm
those
excited about
IPs.
this whole deal? The Sierra Entertainment stuff.
I know.
King's Quest, Police Quest, Space Quest, you name it, Quest. Gabriel Knight.
I know.
Oh, and perhaps a little bit of Guitar Hero.
And he
Woo-hoo!
talked about
he
talked about
Phil spoke our
those.
language.
Like, he did.
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder if they're gonna. So this is how this will work. This will work if Phil goes back into the back catalog of Activision and pulls on those old IPs, right, and brings them out and puts them in Game Pass. I would die for a new Space Quest. I would love a new Police Quest.
Mm-hmm.
Those are game, everybody around me, like Boom, and when he's on Iron Lords with me, like he said it before I could say it. Pitfall. Dude, Pitfall, I would love a Pitfall game. Or at least make the one that's on Xbox backward compatible. Because there is an Xbox Pitfall game. I mean, I can't get...
Yeah, that one should be easy, right? Because, I mean, even the music is like, not really like third-party artists and other stuff where you have to deal with. So that might be a little easier.
I said Pitfall and Classy Game and Fun Pete comes running. It's like a beacon. No, but so many people are talking. So many people are talking about Pitfall. I mean, that. I know. Classy Gaming Fun brought it up on his video. River Raid. I mean, they've got so many older IPs that I would love to see him get into. Get the Odd Gentleman back to make a new Police Quest or a Space Quest, and
or even more King's Quest. But what I hope is like it's not that. I hopefully they don't have to do an episodic one. Even though it might be okay for Game Pass, but if they do have a more consistent, release schedule.
No, I agree with that.
Because that one was like the first one, and then you had to wait for the second episode like forever, and then all of a sudden like bam, 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 you get the other ones like real quick and other stuff. So, hey, quick shout out to let me scroll back up to Reprobate for his super chat. He says, "Sup, fellas? Hey, what's going on?"
Reprobate, what's up, brother?
Reprobate,
and Classic Gaming Fun. He's a member for 13 months. He says 13 months as a member. I was the OG member.
Yes, he was. He even beat out Infinite. So,
and that, my friend, is classy.
Oh, stop, Axel. Stop. Someone asked for OEB Pete.
He's back.
Oh, nice.
He's back.
I know. Also, I saw on Old IP was River Raid also.
I know.
And,
Dude, Activision is so flush with incredible IP.
Yeah.
And even AssassinLupa is a member for 30 months. He says, NLG, love you guys. Keep up the great chat, guys.
Oh, we love you. We love you, Lupa.
But OEBP was hit by Geeks with Cash. The heck?
Oh, it might not be. It might be a fake OEBP.
Not the real one?
Might be fake. Might be fake. We got to be careful these days.
Yeah. See, that's why you should never get rid of your existing identities. You just never use them. And
he is my friend.
Okay. As long as that's the case, we're all good.
Yeah. But Geeks doing the. Oh, don't forget Spyro too, right?
Spyro, yeah. And maybe they can do some other ones. Maybe we'll get a team doing all these kind of games.
Yeah. Trying to find for your benefit,
but the big one is we already mentioned about Crash Bandicoot. Since that was like you think about Crash, you think about PlayStation kind of because it was kind of their mascot.
Yep. Oh, I remember. Right.
So that might hurt a little.
Remember and everybody made a big old deal about Aaron Aaron Greenberg doing a little
Oh,
Crash Bandicoot
whatever.
deal, you know. So, you know,
All
I
right.
mean, like I said, he's just having fun with it because someone in the community did that, right, with the deal,
Yeah.
and so he went along with that. I mean, that's his job. He's a PR person, so he's just having fun with it, and everybody's, you know, on their end, they're all excited to welcome Activision into the Xbox family. So
there we go. A new
Reprobate said the
Geometry
new
Wars?
Geometry Wars.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, they
So that's coming back. Did they? Who originally had that? Was it Microsoft and Solid IP, or was it always somebody else?
I don't know. That's a good question. It's not listed in their notable games published.
Yeah.
So they had, and I know you'll remember this, Peter, from the 80s. Remember The Last Ninja? I'm sure you had it on the Commodore 64.
The Last Ninja, maybe.
Yeah, it was out on C64, Atari ST.
Yeah, I just can't recall exactly how it looked.
It was an isometric ninja game. Taj and Reprobate said Bizarre Creations made it.
Okay.
They have, I'm trying to get a list of all of their IP, but
hey, do
Heretic, Vigilante 8.
maybe some of you guys know. Did they also does Activision also own the Leisure Suit Larry?
Sierra, yep, that was Sierra.
That
was Sierra.
I don't know if Phil would allow that.
They should. Come on, it's Game Pass is for everyone. That doesn't mean the
PC.
mature gamer. Come on.
I wouldn't mind. I remember playing it on PC. I saw it. And I was saying the same thing earlier. You know, Relic. Be nice if Microsoft made a deal with Intellivision to produce games like Pitfall on their system, which I agree. And you know, and someone said, is Tommy and Phil friends? I believe they know each other. And also, what's his name? Who used to be at Xbox is on board with Intellivision. They picked him up last year. Y'all know? Remember?
I think he was.
Oh no! Well, so Jay Allard,
like a consultant.
yeah, but he's a consultant. He's not really with Intellivision.
But there is a connection there, and I would love to see Tommy or Phil's, you know, kind of, hey, let's talk, you know, especially once the Amico comes out and people see how great looking these games are and how they play, and they're all about family. Maybe Xbox can work a deal with Intellivision where they develop Pitfall, maybe River Raid, and some other games that would make sense to be on Amico, but also can be in Game Pass.
Yeah,
so
it could.
Yeah, never know.
I mean, there's so much. I wish I'm still trying to find the full list, but there's so much. Activision is IP rich. I mean,
yeah.
And all they were doing was just hashing out Call of Duties, pretty much.
And that's right. So everybody's over
you have
here.
mobile too, right? But
how about Pressure Cooker?
Candy Crush games. But one thing about the mobile thing, I mean, we're talking about Call of Duty. Call of Duty Mobile is a cash cow as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't forget about that.
I think last year they made $1 billion.
I don't know.
Alone.
They made a lot of money in their mobile department. So
I miss
Chopper
Bizarre
Command.
Creations too.
Oh yeah.
That's another. I want to see that. I would love to see it. You know.
You know what's funny in the Call of Duty Cold War? You can find all those arcade machines with these old, you know, and there was also River Raid and some other ones on there as well. It's like that's kind of cool. Pitfall was in it.
And see, that's just it, you know. While everybody's over here talking about Call of Duty, I don't care about Call of Duty. I could care less if Call of Duty stayed a PlayStation game forever.
The only reason I care about it is so I can play all the new campaigns that hopefully are coming out.
Right.
That's included in my all-I-can-eat
Game Pass.
$10, $15 a month.
And that's the thing about being a Game Pass member is that regardless if Call of Duty is on PlayStation going forward, whatever kind of deal Xbox and PlayStation make, I don't care. As long as I can say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go try the campaign in Call of Duty now. Because before, I haven't bought a Call of Duty game in years, but with Call of Duty and Game Pass, you're going to see a lot of engagement on that. So, and that's what Xbox wants. So,
and also like we won't have those crazy deals where PlayStation will get a mode that's absent from the Xbox version.
Right.
Dinero Primero.
Yeah, he's in the house.
He's in the house. I also would love to see them come back to True Crime.
Yeah. I love the first one. But the second one was what? What was it called? It wasn't called True Crime.
No, the second one was this True Crime Streets of L.A., then Streets of New York, and the third one became...
I don't think I've ever played the New York one. I had the L.A. one.
Yeah,
I played the LA one too. Yeah.
I've got them both over in the thing. might be a good stream. The third one became Sleeping Dogs. Because it was supposed to be it was supposed to be True Crime Hong Kong, Streets of Hong Kong, but then it became Sleeping Dogs, which was
And you streamed
awesome.
that not recently, right?
I only streamed a little of it just to show the 60 FPS boost that it got.
Okay. But I think at that point you already finished it, didn't you?
I was pretty close to finished.
Yeah.
I was pretty close to finished.
That's that one. I never finished it. I don't know. Something new came by and
I wonder too, we talk about the relationship that could happen where Amico could get some games. One game that came out on the original Intellivision by Activision that was really one of the first shmups out there was Dreadnought Factor. I'd love to see them let Intellivision remake that game. They owned Kaboom. Hold on, I'm going through the list of games that they. Yeah. Here's some of the games they owned. Kaboom. You said Chopper Command.
Yeah.
Of course, we said Pitfall. Stampede. That might not be a big one. Enduro. Keystone Capers. River Raid, of course. Beam Rider. Dreadnought Factor. They had the Ghostbusters license. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
They had the Ghostbusters license
on NES.
Had? Oh, not anymore.
Well, I don't know if they own the IP anymore, but they had it back in the 80s.
Predator, Alien vs Predator.
Yep, Alien vs Predator. I'm still looking. Ball Blazer, which was Rescue on Fractalus, which was a pretty huge game. Believe it or not. Yep, Predator. You got Predator. So the Last Ninja.
Tony Hawk was one.
Tony Hawk, of course. So yeah, I mean, they got a ton of these older IPs they can go back to. I mean, they're just bad. They're just rich with it. They own Mech Warrior. So
yeah.
Oh, why are you teasing me? Hold on. Classy Gaming Fun Pete is trying to tease me here. Let's see what he's got. And I won't say it out loud because he says it's a secret just for me. I like secrets. So, by the way, I put this picture up because I did want to also address. Oh, sweet. All right, I can't say what he sent me, but
son of a biscuit.
Pete, can I share it? Can I share it with the guys later? Can I share it with the guys? Oh, that's really cool, dude. No, I loved it. But there's so many Activision games that I loved. Oh, they own Vigilante 8 now. Do you guys remember Vigilante 8? Please tell me you remember Vigilante 8. It was like Activision's version of what Sony would turn into Twisted Metal.
Mm.
You guys don't remember that? Oh,
no.
My goodness.
You need to stream that one then.
Yeah.
Maybe you should do a whole Activision stream. Just
I might
play like 10 minutes of a couple of games.
I might. Although the next one I have to do, because I promised somebody on Twitter, Wacky Races, which is an Infogrames game. So this is the next like retro game I'm gonna stream first. So, and unfortunately, I could not find my Dreamcast keyboard, or I would be streaming Typing of the Dead, which Carla wanted me to. Ooh, you know what else which I would love for them to make back compat and put in Game Pass, even though I've got the disc for it. Return to Castle Wolfenstein. That was
So
one
they
of
own
theirs.
it?
They own that.
Or they own the IP?
They own that game. They don't, of course, own the Wolfenstein IP because that's Bethesda.
Right. Huh. Interesting.
Medieval Total War.
Well,
I mean, I'm just
for
going
that
through...
reason that was worth an acquisition.
Yeah. I mean, they own a ton of these. I mean, they published a lot of Tenchu. I wonder if they own Tenchu. I wonder if they have the Tenchu IP. I mean, there's so much. There's just so much.
Yeah. They
published Quake 4 on the Xbox 360. I would love to see that backward compat. Great Hastings Tournament Paintball. I'd love to see that one backward compat. That's actually a decent game.
Yeah, you have to watch out for
Transformers.
games published versus what they actually own.
Oh, Transformers. Axel says only the older Tenchu. Right, De Niro, but Microsoft owns Bethesda too. That's true. So we're going to get Wolfenstein no matter what. That's very true.
Yeah.
Thank you. From Software owns Tenchu. I did not know that. Thank you, Taj and Axel. So yes, I mean, there's just and Transformers. They own Transformers, so we get some Transformers back compat games. But this is
but they
or they published Transformers. Let me stop saying they own. They published.
Because who owns the Transformers IP? You know?
I don't know.
Who knows? Could be Hasbro for all we know.
All right, so thank you, De Niro. I'm glad that De Niro said what he just said. He said, too much now. It's too much now. Microsoft Xbox is a monopoly. So I brought this picture up. It's been floating around the internet. Well, no, there's a different, not the toy IP, Jeff. Sometimes the game IP is owned by someone else, like Spider-Man, for example. But all that talk about monopoly, and in fact, I think somebody actually did. This is how stupid the internet is. Joe Biden tweeted something out, and somebody responded. Could you get on it? Could you get on this and stop Microsoft from buying Activision-Blizzard? And I'm like, how old are you people? So I brought this up to show you that even, and I wish I could scroll into this, but after Microsoft purchases Activision and the deal goes through, Jan, Microsoft bought Next Level Gaming. I think I could handle that.
I'm waiting for
the price is right.
If the price is right, Phil, I'm game.
Because we're the OG. Remember that? We're the OG.
That's right. That's right.
You can't go to that next level without owning next level. Original.
We can stream the NLG game on the Xbox YouTube channel. It'll be all right. So after Activision comes aboard, these are the studios Microsoft will own. So it's Mojang, it's King, it's ZeniMax, it's The Initiative, it's Undead, Tango, Activision-Blizzard, and Exiled, Coalition, Infinity, Beanox, World Edge, Arcane, Boys for Bob, Demonware, Treyarch, Bethesda, blah, blah, blah. So you got all these, right? High Moon, and so on. Right next to them is Take-Two. Take-Two owns the same amount of studios that Microsoft owns. To the left of Microsoft on this chart is EA. EA owns roughly the same amount of studios that Microsoft owns. Sony, not so much, but they still own a good bit of studios.
Mhm.
And then you've got this little thing down in the lower right corner, Embracer Group, that has 86 companies. This chart doesn't even show us the companies that Tencent has a part or full ownership of. So I want to know who the monopoly here is, because it kind of looks like Embracer Group's kind of the majority owner of development studios here, and they don't own small studios. You know, these guys own Zen Studios, who do all the pinball games.
Yeah.
Asper, who's doing the remake of KOTOR for the PlayStation. They own Gearbox. They own Deep Silver. They own 3D Realms. They own Volition. They own. I'm pretty sure they own Koch Media, who owns THQ Nordic.
Mm-hmm.
So before we start talking about monopolies,
Yeah.
you know,
It says here their headquarters is in Karlstad, Sweden.
yes, which is probably how they get around any kind of, you know, so, but my point is that you can't be, you know, you can't be a monopoly when you don't own everything. They can't stop. They can't stop.
In revenue, they're not there either.
Right. In revenue, they're not there. They just happen to buy more studios. And they don't have the most studios of everybody.
From being a monopoly.
Right.
Yeah.
Microsoft did what they had to do to compete. Could you imagine? I mean, imagine if Embracer Group bought them, right? Imagine if Tencent bought them. You guys, right? Imagine if EA bought Activision.
Oh, that would not be good either.
That would not be good either. If Microsoft really lets these guys do what they want to do, goes back and picks up old IP, goes back and starts making these great games, and then, you know, the cherry on top is Call of Duty is in Game Pass, and what the hell, I honestly, to me, I look at the Call of Duty thing from a business standpoint and wonder, why would you spend all that money to keep the #1 selling game on your competitor's platform?
Yeah,
that doesn't help you. That doesn't help you get Game Pass subscribers, right? But from a gamer standpoint, I don't care. It doesn't bother me as a gamer if PlayStation still has Call of Duty. What matters to me is if we can get a new Police Quest, if we can get a new Pitfall, if we can get a Crash Bandicoot. If I can start playing these games in Game Pass, I'm set. And if Microsoft lets these guys re-flourish, because remember, all of these internal studios that were working on these old games, what are they now? They're Call of Duty support studios.
Yeah, that's a shame. That would be, they've been crunching for 2 more years.
Yeah, we've been waiting for a Conker's Bad Fur Day game, right? Another Conker game, some of us. Imagine now, right? So Rare is caught up in Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
Which is why
they just came out with some more news.
Yes, they
still
did.
have to digest today. But yeah.
Yep. But imagine taking a game like Conker. Rare can't work on it right now. The Initiative just took Initiative just took Perfect Dark. That was a rare property before they were acquired. So they're working on Perfect Dark. Imagine Toys for Bob, who made, or Beanox. Imagine Beanox, who did a bunch of great games, right? Imagine one of those studios picking up a new Conker game, right? Imagine shit, imagine a new River Raid game by Playground Games. I mean, there's just there.
I mean,
Yeah,
but also
yeah.
when you look at how many employees they gained by those, at the
Like
studios, it's like
tens of
between 9
thousands,
and 10,000 people.
right?
I mean,
You
granted,
know?
probably some of them you could shed due to now you have some overhead, but
Yeah.
but
I mean,
it's
imagine if
but it's
imagine.
still a huge amount.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
they
is.
doubled or maybe tripled their
Yeah.
initial employee count.
Yeah. I mean,
Huge.
imagine if they go to Toys for Bob and
Whoa,
say, "Hey
whoa,
guys,
whoa, time out. Look who's in the chat. Spooky Sprocket.
spooky, spooky,
That was spooky.
yo,
Great to see you,
brother,
brother.
Glad to see
spooky."
you in the chat, brother.
Yes, we are. We're so glad to see you. We were shouting you out a little earlier in the show, but man, we are so overjoyed that you are awake and recovering. Let me look at. I'm sorry, man. I'm looking down. Let me look up here. We are so absolutely overjoyed. I told Dredd that your aunt said that she thought our talking to you on Gaming Beyond the Box's creator feature helped, and dude, I started to cry because the power of healing comes from a lot of things. And if Dredd and I if we helped in any way, I mean it just makes me overjoyed. It was so good to see you, brother Spooky, and get better, keep recovering, and then once you guys are up to it, you and Trinity are coming on, and I told you that's non-negotiable. You're coming on, and we're gonna talk, and we're gonna we can't wait to see and actually meet you kind of face to face. So it's so good to see you, brother Spot.
Yeah.
It was so good to see you.
Yeah, you had us
young
worried
and
there,
all.
brother, but
You really did.
you pulled through, and a lot of us were pulling for you. So,
And I heard they got all those sons of bitches that did this to you, and let them freaking get the chair, as far as I'm concerned. So.
what's up,
Oh,
Shizno?
man.
Shizno just jumped in.
Great, man. That's so great. Man, so great to see you, Spooky. Okay, so anyway, I was saying Toys for Bob. You tell him to go. Phil goes to him and says, "Hey, I want a new Spyro game."
Anybody wants to make it?
Spyro.
And then we have 9,000 people raising their hands.
Right. Right. So, brother Shizno, I've been listening while playing Forza. Can't fault you for that. So
this acquisition helps Phil. Like Phil's been wanting family games, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've been getting into the mobile market with cloud gaming, and so you have mobile gaming that's been well established with Activision.
Mm-hmm.
PC gaming is well established with Activision, and of course, and the console. So, like somebody said in the De Niro said how some of the studios are happy to be out from under Activision management control and be under Xbox. And what Xbox has done lately, where they've already kind of proven, and then maybe this is one reason why Activision went to Xbox. Number one thing is that they got the Microsoft money. And then two, the new Xbox is now at the big table, and Phil is now,
he's not at the big table. They are at the big table.
He is, yeah.
He's got his own big table.
Yeah.
So what Xbox is doing with gaming, they created a great environment. They're fostering a healthy environment for studios to thrive, to do what they want to do, of course, within reason, right? And so these studios that are under Activision, I think they're going to be happy. Some of them are going to start. We just saw recently where a new game was just announced, a new world, a new.
Yep.
I think, was it a PvE type game? It's kind of like a that was just announced from Blizzard, right? That they were working on,
Yes.
Mhm.
and it makes you wonder. It's like that probably would have not have been announced anytime soon, but now that they know, hey, we're gonna join Xbox, let's just let's throw it out there. And
Do you know
so,
what's funny when
you know,
when they announced that game? It said for PC and console.
yeah, someone did
Wouldn't it
bring
be
that up.
funny if it would have been a PlayStation exclusive due to existing contracts?
Yeah, you never
Right.
know. Exactly. So
People will, yeah.
tons of IP that are probably, of course, you got the old IP, but other
Mhm.
IP that some of these studios have been trying to pitch to Activision management, and they're like, no, just keep making Diablo and Call of Duty and WoW, and you know,
I mean, they got
it's-
rid of Destiny, Bungie.
Yeah.
yeah, that. You imagine if Bungie was still part of Activision?
Oh my God. Well,
Well, then
Bungie.
the
I don't
price would
think
have
Bungie
gone up,
was.
though.
I don't think
Yeah,
Bungie
definitely would have
was.
been a little more.
Bungie
Were
wasn't
they just a publisher?
owned. Yeah, they were just publishing. They weren't
Yeah, that
owned
is
by.
publishing.
Yeah.
No,
So
they
here-
weren't owned, but they were still under the contract with Activision, to where
For Destiny.
they were
yes.
part of, for Destiny.
Yeah. So here you go, Chris. There's to what you said earlier. Blizzard is embarking on our new quest. We're going on a journey to a whole new universe, home to a brand new survival game for PC and console, a place full of heroes we have yet to meet, stories yet to be told, and adventures yet to be lived. A vast realm of possibility waiting to be explored. So,
Maybe this was like Fable, that one that got canned. Just kidding.
Everwild.
Everwild.
Right. So they're looking for people to work on the game. So
Yeah.
the unannounced survival game. Although you just announced it, Blizzard.
Yeah.
So stop calling it unannounced. Just call it unnamed.
Unnamed.
So they're going ahead with a new game, which, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to get under the gun before Microsoft's before the deal
Yeah.
goes through.
Yeah, see what people
No.
think, and hey.
No. Shizno
No, but
says
it's a great thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Says, I think Microsoft saved Activision from killing themselves. Hope the studios are happy and able to make what they wish under Xbox.
I think from the potential buyers, Microsoft was their best bet.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think so. And I think they knew that. I think they understood that they could have gone to Tencent. They could have gone, they probably solicited, and let me tell you,
They
Tencent,
solicited that Meta too, right? Facebook.
Yep, Facebook.
So,
Well,
I think Facebook wasn't very interested.
No, I mean Amazon could have taken a run at them.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else could really. I mean, there's no way. I don't
Apple
believe
could have done it.
Apple could have bought them. And so
Yeah.
this is, I'm
Google.
glad you guys are bringing these guys up because the one place there's no way they could have gone. They couldn't have gone to Sony. Sony doesn't have. I don't believe
No,
for
they
a
could-
minute
they-
that Sony
they-
didn't have.
yeah,
That Sony had $68 billion to buy them.
No.
And so, and I don't say that to disparage Sony. I say that because what has Phil always said? He said our competition really isn't in the console space as much as people think. It's Google.
Yeah.
It's Apple.
Amazon.
It's Amazon. So if if Google was serious about Stadia, I don't believe they're
Yeah.
serious about Stadia. I really
Yeah.
don't. Because
No,
if
I
Google,
think they're going to license their stuff for
yeah,
whatever reason, and that's about it.
yeah. If Google was serious about Stadia, they also had $68 billion to give Activision.
Oh yeah.
I mean that would have been a game-changing move for Stadia, point blank. And they didn't. I mean that speaks volumes to where Microsoft's head is in all of this. They didn't buy.
And also, like from a culture perspective, I think
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they might have looked at that too. It's like, well, who can help us out in that perspective? Because you don't want to have all of a sudden, like, you sell the company and all of a sudden, like 50% of your staff runs away to seek, other opportunities. Sure, you end up with a bunch of IPs, but then you have to build it all the way back up, all the studios.
Mm-hmm. But it puts them to work. I mean, imagine how many games Microsoft can pump out a year now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it should be one a month. Game Pass, one new first party IP.
Well, before they were planning what, one
every
game
quarter?
a quarter?
Yeah.
So this could probably put them around maybe 2 a quarter or so. It all depends on what all.
Yeah.
Of course,
so
we know what their main games, but what else was there? And then we just saw that one unannounced possibility. And plus, I was thinking too, people sitting there trying to say, Xbox, Microsoft taking over, it's like a monopoly, blah, blah. And, of course, a lot of that's just noise so people can clickbait and blah, blah, blah to get attention. But people got to remember
I can see people are like angry, like disappointed about it because like all of a sudden, like your preferred platform will not have this particular game. It's like, son of a.
That's fair.
Son of a beat.
That is
that's fair. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
It's the same thing, when you see that your Dallas Cowboys are getting obliterated by the
easy now.
It's like son of a.
Sound like.
I mean, it's not that you can.
What I was gonna say too, if you look back when Sony got into the picture in the gaming, Sony themselves. I mean, they were a bigger company than Nintendo and Sega, right? As far as Sony themselves had the money, and so they, they try to work a deal with Nintendo, and then they try to go behind and maybe Sega or someone else, and then they ended up decided to go on their own. So PlayStation had Sony to back them up, right? They had that money back then. Of course, it's not Microsoft money, but they came in and they bullied their way in to compete with Nintendo and Sega.
Mm-hmm.
And to make a name for themselves.
Kill Sega off
and they had to acquire studios. They had to make exclusive deals for third-party games, and they did a hell of a job of that. PS2. I mean, there was just so many games on there that's like it wasn't on Sega, it wasn't on Nintendo. I have to have a PS2 or PS1. Xbox is a generation behind, so they are playing catch up. So acquiring ZeniMax, Bethesda, acquiring Activision is just helping them get into that place where now they have they can compete on a better level with Nintendo and Sony and so on to be able to pump out quality content on a regular, consistent basis. That's it. And whether it's exclusive on one platform or another, it is what it is. It's been like this since we've all been gaming. Not every game has been on one system, all in one since, us three have been gaming as a kid. It's just the way it's always been. And, I don't get, all the crying out there and this and that. Gaming, it just keeps getting better. And sometimes you just got to go on a certain platform to play a certain exclusive. It's just the way it is.
And also for Game Pass, you want to have control over the games that you have in your catalog. You don't want to have to go out year after year, even after the same game, like what Sony has done with Call of Duty, like, trying to get the exclusivity or, at least certain parts or some other games, like, get them keep those games off another platform by keeping them exclusive. So, think about this game, then people associate it with your platform. And
yeah, I mean, with Sony, they already had that relationship with Spider-Man as far as movies, and then of course they had that relationship with Marvel. So it made sense for them. They're like, you know what? Yes, Spider-Man has been on other systems before.
Well, look at Activision. They published like a.
Yeah,
they published all the Spider-Man games.
I mean, they can still do that, right?
No,
Or
They,
can they or can they not?
I don't
I
know
don't
if
think
they
so.
could work something out with Marvel on the side, but I don't think so. Sony might have some kind of deal there where they kind of have
They have the
exclusive
exclusive rights to Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, not just movies, but as far as gaming for a certain amount of time, maybe.
yeah, because remember Avengers. I mean,
Yeah, they let Spider-Man go on Avengers for
As a-
Marvel.
Right,
as
but
a-
only
as
on
a
the
PS
PlayStation
exclusive.
platform. But that could
Right.
be, I mean, is that more like a money kind of deal, or is it like
that is
they
a
own the rights, or what's the whole deal?
so
Scratch my
that
back, I'll
was
scratch yours.
yes, and that's one of the things that it was it was Marvel saying to Sony, we want Spider-Man in the MCU, and Sony saying, okay, give us Spider-Man to exclusively into our platform, and that's where that came from, and so that's why, if you notice, in Spider-Man No Way Home, which I still haven't seen yet, Doctor Strange is there. They were able to bring in MCU characters, and it's under the official Marvel, even though it's being put out by Sony, it's still part of the MCU. So that's why that happened. That's why that happened.
Yeah.
So.
And I agree with Shizno.
But that deal eventually will expire, right? No,
Maybe. I mean,
maybe,
as long as they're making a
or
lot
is
of
it like
money.
a kind of like a permanent?
Well, if this is it
thing.
for Spider-Man movies in the MCU, then yes, then that's it. But as long as Marvel, because Sony owns the rights to movie Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and they never gave that up, and they were smart never to give that up. So as long as there's a chance to tie in Spider-Man somewhere, that's right, the Mullis Cinematic Universe. Thank you, Jan. As long as that's there, they're gonna work together. That's why Marvel's putting out a Wolverine game exclusively to the PlayStation, because there's still that chance that they could bring X-Men into a Spider-Man. I mean, it's all
Sony
about
and
the
Disney
MCU.
and Marvel just have this relationship right now, and who knows? We may never see a Marvel character on Xbox or Nintendo, or as far as certain games, right?
Yeah.
And they're like Shizno and Spooky brought up about DC. So if Xbox wants to have any superheroes that resonate, that are huge, like Batman. Batman to me is on the level of Spider-Man. So if Xbox really want to, they should be bullish about that and try to work something out, or go acquire WB. And
just the whole thing. Bam.
Yeah.
Including the movies, studio, the whole thing.
Yeah.
The whole shebang. Go to the top. So like here.
Yeah.
Here's $80 billion, whatever. I don't know how much it is. Maybe
I'm sure it's a lot.
Out of my
it's a lot.
They can afford it.
And then they can put movies on Game Pass.
Yeah, there you go.
Can you
I just
imagine?
thought of something, guys. Imagine the next Sierra game, because there's a history there, made by Double Fine. Who did Grim Fandango and Day of the Tentacle. Could you imagine? Oh, Peter, could you imagine a Space Quest made by Double Fine?
There you go.
Oh my
that
God!
makes sense.
The return of Roger
make
Wilco.
The LucasArts stuff.
Yes, I get and Lucas. So we have
Indiana Jones.
We have Indiana Jones, but that's being made by Bethesda.
Yeah, but you need to own the IPs though. But
I don't think they're. Oh,
right.
You're thinking try to purchase LucasArts games.
Yeah.
You could own well, so I don't think that's gonna happen.
Microsoft can go big. The whole Warner Brothers and the whole LucasArts and the whole shebang, and bam,
Yes.
and all of a sudden we have like a second Netflix down here.
Now you do have a
Or an
monopoly.
HBO Max,
Right.
An Xbox Max.
Xbox Max. Oh my goodness.
Technically, they could, right? In the sense of, I'm curious about. It's not a monopoly because they have other ones, except they be pretty vertical at that point. But who knows? Think about antitrust and the whole shenanigans.
Yeah. That might be
They
a
definitely have
bridge
the money
too far.
to do that.
They do. I still rather see him go after Sega, but I don't think that's happening either. But
Yeah,
the thing about Lucas,
I don't think
though,
Sega wants to be Sega.
no, I think Sammy,
Well,
that's their money. That's
if I
their
say
money
Sega, I mean the whole.
Well,
thing.
they're going into the whole cloud gaming instead of, getting back into the console space. That's
love
the
the
way
fact-
they see themselves getting, back into.
I love the fact that Phil even said, "Hey, I think I own Hexen now."
Yeah.
You know, I mean, LucasArts. The thing about LucasArts games, though, they're spreading around to everybody. Ubisoft's got a game. I was gonna save this for the gaming buzz, but we can talk about it a little more. They just announced that Respawn, owned by EA, is making 3 Star Wars games. They have
3 of them.
three of them. They have, of course, Indiana Jones, with Bethesda.
That's gonna be good though.
It's gonna be good.
Looking forward to that one.
Yeah, so Lucasfilm Games. I'm sorry, it's Lucasfilm Games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
LucasArts was the
speaking
original.
of that, with Respawn and Star Wars,
Oh.
now that they're going to do 3 more, and they're going to do a new FPS. So I'll be surprised if it's even called Battlefront, first-person FPS. And Respawn has done a great job with Titanfall and what was the other one? The free-to-play one.
Apex Legends.
Yeah. And of course,
took me a
we
second. I
saw
don't
how
know
they
why it
well
took
they
me
did
that
with
long.
Jedi Fallen. But
Yep.
Vincent Pella just recently, he was asked to take control of DICE, right? To kind of take control of the Battlefield series
Battlefield
going
mass.
forward.
Yep.
So, and I brought this up in Twitter and other places in chats, that I would not be surprised. So Sony has this contract deal with Call of Duty. They've had marketing rights the past few years. And it's curious. So Xbox said they're going to honor the contracts. And if that includes marketing, is Xbox, I guess they can't really control it this year until they officially acquire. So, it's going to be funny because this fall, Call of Duty, new one comes out. You're going to see, I'm sure Sony's going to go big, right? Might as well before this gets pulled from us. So they're going to be market the heck out of Call of Duty to try to get people, to sell as many consoles, Call of Duty on PS5, possibly 24, but
Yeah, big, bundles and stuff.
yeah. So, but after that, once I'm sure Xbox is not going to allow them to have marketing rights, even if they allow the game to be on the console. So I could see, because Vincent Pella is going to DICE for Battlefield, and if later on we see what comes from that, I could see Sony transferring that marketing rights onto Battlefield in the future and make a big deal, because hey, it's Vincent Pella. He's taking control. He's been successful. He was successful in the older Call of Duties. He was successful with Respawn and what they've done. So I could see that, and the other FPS, and make a big deal that that's where you want to play on PlayStation. So I was just something curious I was thinking about the other day.
Yeah,
That's a
and
good
Microsoft
thought.
can't do anything yet with ads or other stuff, including like, Game Pass, and they have a big feature of like, Call
Yeah.
of Duty sliding in and out because they don't own them yet.
No. No, but next year I don't see that happening once they're officially acquired.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I say, well, okay, we'll let you have, like someone had said, Warzone and 23 will be on, well, of course, this year and then 23, but after that, I don't think 23 would be marketed on Sony, but it would still be on Sony PlayStation.
Oh yeah, I think that I
No.
think if no matter what happens, the marketing's gone.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah.
be the stupidest. So of
I know.
of anything about this, again, I want to make it absolutely clear. I don't care if Call of Duty stays on PlayStation forever. Truly don't. It's have at it. But if they still, could you imagine Microsoft? Could you imagine Microsoft putting exclusive DLC for a year or 6 months or whatever the hell it is on PlayStation on Call of Duty, even though it owns the IP? Oh my god, that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
That would be a self-own to hit all self-owns. So,
Yeah.
oh my god.
But what this is gonna do to Sony is, you have to be innovative. I can't see them making huge purchases, right?
No.
Another reason they don't want to go in an arms race with Microsoft, saying like, "Hey, I purchased this," and Microsoft's like, "Oh, Microsoft has a bigger
No, but
purse."
they're definitely going to look at other, like last PS4, they did a great job marketing on Call of Duty, marketing Destiny, and marketing Star Wars Battlefront, right? And even Red Dead Redemption 2, that I remember a couple of people at work thought that was only exclusive on PlayStation, right?
Right.
So they have a great marketing team. They're gonna go to other games to get that marketing, and so people can say, I mean, it's business, it's competition.
Yeah.
And I think Xbox is gonna they are gonna step up their game in marketing.
Well,
I think they have already.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep locking up. I mean, look,
It's going back and forth. It's competition. I mean,
yeah,
They're gonna do they can do exclusive deals too on marketing and other stuff.
absolutely.
They can
They're gonna do.
That's
they're
what I'm
gonna
saying.
keep,
It's like if it's really like if it's just based on money, Microsoft will win. Period. They just have more money.
yeah.
but it's
It's
not
like
about that.
So, but I think Sony has to get creative and start using their IPs. Come up with a new SOCOM for
Yes.
and some of their other stuff.
People
I mean,
have
they
been
can
asking
really
for that,
shine
yeah.
and really go creative and do stuff like that. And
Yeah. Bring back Killzone. Bring back Resistance. Bring back SOCOM. Bring back keep.
because I think like Sony was just or at least the PlayStation side was kind of getting a little bit arrogant. This whole PS5 has been kind of like, in my opinion, like bunch of missteps or
Yeah.
kind of a lot of disappointing communications and even some of their games. They had some great games, and they will be great, and they will pump out those great ones, but they'll have to come out with more volume, good stuff.
Yeah, and look, they're gonna lock up Final Fantasy. They're gonna lock up.
Seems that, yeah.
Square Enix is gonna be in their corner.
And also, like, they don't want to have somebody acquiring Sony. Imagine if Tencent all of a sudden, like,
Oh God.
take that stuff, or somebody else. Well, maybe Tencent won't be, but who knows? Somebody else,
Like
Apple.
Apple, Amazon, and
Right.
and
Apple
Google
buys Sony,
could if
and
they
all their
really wanted
games
to.
are on Apple Arcade.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So I mean, that would be bad for Microsoft too, because you don't want to have any of the other big guys, all of
Yeah.
a sudden like be a a meaner competitor than what they already are. So it's a fine balance too.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, can you
Yeah, I
imagine
mean,
if
it's-
Amazon is like, now you have your
If I
Amazon
was
box,
Amazon,
station, your Prime station.
Yeah, if I was Amazon,
Hey,
I would go
PS,
buy
Prime
Sony.
Station, there you go.
Right.
I would go buy Sony and said, if you want to buy PlayStation, you want to buy Sony products, you can only buy it on Amazon. I mean, it's and that could happen at some point.
It could.
But then again, these Japanese businesses, that's
Yeah.
not really something that I don't think the Japanese government and all that, I don't think they really like selling outside of
I think
Japan.
they'd rather
No.
fall on their own sword
Yeah.
than
Yeah, so
Yeah, and they have different
China.
they have different rules and laws and stuff too. I mean, it's a little
Yeah.
more
Oh,
than
that's
that.
it.
that's why you haven't seen that really, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to close this out because we have another great topic to hit. But Spooky says my guess on the deal is Microsoft keeps COD multi-plat, but Xbox players would get perks. Personally, I think they'll keep and revive other IP and make them exclusive. COD is big, but Activision-Blizzard has so many IPs, and that's so true.
I mean, I can
So
see
true.
Warzone, right? I mean, Warzone.
Yeah,
you know,
Warzone at least.
they can keep that. When the final,
It's free to play.
it's
Yeah.
free to play, but when the final contract with Sony is over for this one, they could support it for another, I don't know, 5 years with
Yeah,
some
or at least
updates
throughout
and,
the PS5.
and
yeah.
like their season passes or whatever you want to call it. So they could keep it on there and milk that for a while the traditional Call of Duties are now exclusive with a campaign and
could.
also some multiplayer.
No.
Who knows?
But I could see them leaving. I mean, all they've talked about is Call of Duty. He did not say, I have a desire to keep Crash Bandicoot on the PlayStation. He did not
Yeah.
say that.
Give us Crash. Come on.
Everybody is focused on Call of Duty, and he's got all these other. Looks like I'm fondling something. He's got all of these IPs over here.
Hands to yourself. Come on.
Yeah.
It's Activision. Although,
No.
never mind.
And De Niro, see, look, and I agree with De Niro 100%. Sony's going to show why they don't truly need to do anything when Horizon drops in February. And it gets a huge praise, a high meta, talks for Game of the Year. It's going to sell like nuts. Don't forget they've got God of War.
Oh
They're-
yeah.
Yeah.
No, they got great games that are coming out. They're fine. They've acquired other studios. They got plenty of games that have come out for PS5. And it's great. You want that competition. You want that back and forth, right? And if you want to play the games, then own all the systems. I mean, that's just the way it is, Nothing wrong with that.
No.
I only own the Xbox right now, and then of course Switch.
Because you get robbed.
Right, because you
Of
lost
course,
your
I got
PS Pro.
robbed. And of course, if I wanted to get a PS5, I'd probably, like other people, have a hard time to get one. But
No, you just need your connections.
yeah, but yeah, that too. But what I like seeing is that PlayStation is looking at, they're bringing their games. A lot of the PS4 games are now coming on Steam, the big ones. So now I can go play those and enjoy those on Steam on my PC. And maybe later on down the road, maybe I'll pick up a PS5. I would like to get a custom one. Now, what would give me a PS5 sooner is when KOTOR, the remaster, comes out. And if they come out with a custom PS5 and it looks great, then I would jump on that. So, But I mean, I have a hard time just gaming enough time to game on the Xbox alone as it is. It's when I had the PS4 and the Xbox and the Switch, or it just trying to juggle. Well, and I was playing PlayStation 5. I mean, I was playing Spider-Man when it got stolen. So, and I was really enjoying that.
The bastards.
I know.
Hopefully they enjoyed it. Otherwise, it would have been a waste.
Yeah,
I know.
Right, and the game was still in the damn PS4 Pro. And they took
See if it was a digital version.
But they left the case for me. I appreciate that. And the controller.
Right.
Yeah,
At least they left you a controller.
I know. Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, we're going to have more to say about this as the deal continues to move forward. There's going to be more news. So,
it's definitely interesting, though.
Oh, it is. This is
from a gaming as well as the business standpoint, and you know.
Yeah.
You know what?
And like Spooky brings up Herman, and Herman seemed like a cool dude, and he seems like understand gaming of today, what gamers want, but you don't see him in the spotlight enough. You don't.
Well, they probably don't let him though.
I know, and Jim Ryan probably controls all that. And to me, Sony is very cold as far as their relationship with the community. When Xbox is completely opposite, and they have multiple people that relate to people online, multiple, you know, not just Aaron Greenberg, you know, and
but everybody on Xbox is like at least, you know, very, very open, very, you know, active, like on Twitter, including Sarah Bonds, and you know.
Yeah, and you see, but that comes from the top, and Phil, that's who Phil is, right? He's very open, he's very friendly out there.
Sometimes too open.
And he's been careful lately though about it, but you know, he's fostered that environment and what Xbox is about, and with the community. So, but Sony, during the PS4 days, they had people who were more relatable, right? They, you know, what's his name? They got fired. Sean Layden. You know, he seemed to be likable. And you see Yoshida out there a little bit more on Twitter here and there.
Mm-hmm.
That regime seemed a little more relatable with gamers back then. And they even had the every year they were having the, what was it, PSX or something like that, where they brought the devs and all that and had a little bit more upfront up with gamers that can come and get a little bit more info from the devs and stuff like that. But that went away. So, you know, this regime running Sony, it's business. It's all about making money. So, maybe the next one will be a little bit more hands-on with the community, but not right now.
I mean, and even with the Activision deal, PlayStation would still have more revenue than Xbox.
Yeah.
So, still doing.
And
not bad.
Well, and I think Lupa says the best. We can all speculate, but at the end of the day, Phil knows what it is, and we will find out when they want us to, and not before.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I will say that there are times.
100% true.
You know what? I can't believe that this happened now.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine what this would have been like if I was if this was like a big E3 announcement when I was still running the website.
Wow.
Good God. I mean, nothing compares in my gaming journalism life when I was doing the E3 and doing, you know, the website. There was nothing that compared to this deal.
Yeah.
Amazing. Hey, Boba Fett Gaming. Welcome. I know him from a couple other places. I think he was on the in the Iron Lords chat last Sunday. So once again, a great kind of great show that was.
But you know,
I listened for a long time. I started having to do chores because I couldn't sit on my ass for like 3+ hours. You know.
I know. I
like
but my last thought on the whole deal with Activision-Blizzard is that I think what Xbox has been doing lately with the acquisitions, Sony has already had an established, healthy studio, and they've acquired certain studios that make sense for them. It's just the industry has just gotten healthier. There's so many gamers out there, so much potential on, you know, now it's starting to branch out. Hey, we're going to support PC, mobile. Sony will get into mobile. They're already getting into PC, and then they're building up their subscription because what Game Pass has done for Xbox. And so they're responding to that, right? So
you mentioned doing Sony doing another handheld? A Vita Plus.
I don't know. They seem that, you know, and again, the PSVR, they seem to be more in support of that. And I think that's another great thing that Sony does is that as far as VR for console gaming, right? They bring that, and they've done a good job. And the PSVR 2 is coming soon. So, I mean, the industry is just healthy all around, you know, and there's no reason for people to get caught up in this, you know, the TMZ, clickbait, and all that. You know, we're here, we talk about it. We might joke a little bit here and there, but, you know, we're mature about it, and we talk about it. Nobody here gets butthurt. Obviously, we foster a great family of friends here in the chat, and they all have their opinions, and whether we agree or not, but everybody's just, they're decent, and we're all gamers, and it's just cool to talk about all this stuff. So, and like AssassinLupa said, we don't know what's going to happen. It's fun to talk about, and we'll see, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, there's room for all the, you know, if we just start talking about, you know, Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo, like all three, they have their own niche, and everybody is doing good.
Yeah.
So.
All right, seeing a couple new folks in the chat. I want to say hi.
Yeah.
Of course, I said Boba Fett Gaming, but I also want to say hi to Dizzy Delta 89. Welcome to our chat. Welcome to our show.
Yeah.
And
Welcome,
Nick,
gentlemen.
Brother Nick, it's about to start snowing here tomorrow, so we're gonna get. I mean, it's not gonna be like a lot of snow, but we're gonna get a couple inches here over the weekend. So, all right. So, I think I've opined enough on this as well.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, the rest, you know, what can we do? Speculate and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So
Let's
let's have it.
yeah,
You know,
show us the
pull out
game.
and
wait and see.
You know, wait and see, and
So
it's either going to happen faster than we think or slower than we think. So
agreed. So
we'll see.
We'll see. All right, so let's move on because it's 11:17, and I do want to talk about this for a bit because, and let me pull up, let me get to our channel because I want to pull up a couple videos for us from our live streams, from our last live streams.
Be right back.
Sure. So last week we did a stream in chat. We do that for those of you who are new to our channel. So we obviously have our NLG show here at 9 p.m. Every Thursday, but once a month we take a break from talking games and stuff like that. And we do what's called a stream in chat. And
we still talk games then, but
we still talk games during it, true. But we will, Chris, Peter, and I will get together. We'll open up an Xbox Live party, or Peter, we might open up a PS party while we're PlayStation party while we're playing Horizon. People come in, we'll stream. You know, we'll stream that night. We'll do a multiplayer stream. People come into the Xbox Live party, talk with us. If it's a game that they're able to get into, like if we're playing Halo or something that night, or Rocket League or something, they can get in. And so last week, Rainbow Six Extinction came out. Extinction. I keep calling it Extinction. Jesus, because I want it to be extinct.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Let's bias before we talk about this game.
Yeah, let's. All right. No, I'm sorry. Let's. I'm gonna bring it up. No, I'm just kidding, people. I'm just kidding. Rainbow Six Extraction. And
we were excited to play it.
We were very excited to play it. Let me get a little farther in because here we go. Okay. So we were excited to play it. You know, Rainbow Six has always been a great series. Rainbow Six Siege, while it was multiplayer only or PvP only, was still a great game. I know I played a lot of it. Sprocket Spooky says Extinction, Extraction. It's apples and oranges. And so, you know, the idea of a potential PvE Rainbow Six against, you know, zombies sounded great, right? We're gonna have some fun. You can extract the alien and make them extinct. So, you know, the zombies or aliens or whatever the hell they were, you know. So, you know, we we got in. We did some multiplayer. You know, and well,
I mean, after getting killed like a dozen times by invisible something and I have no idea where it came from, I was just like, it sucks.
it does. I couldn't even get. Let me get a little farther in here. I couldn't even get us. Like I was even toning down the. I was even toning down the difficulty. I mean, there were 3 of us, and I was toning down the difficulty to like the lowest difficulty, and we just all kept dying. So you couldn't really get far.
Yeah, yeah. I kept dying by invisible stuff, what I said, and it's like just, you know, if you know what to look for, then it's one thing, you know. It's like, oh yeah, you know, I'm being stupid standing down here, but yeah, it happens too many times, and then I can not research. You know, you cannot help the team because you're being down and early on, and then it falls apart.
Yeah. Now I do like that they brought in some of the tech and some of the things from Siege that they were able to bring in here. But really, this was Siege in PvE, right?
Yeah,
It's just co-op Siege. There's no rhyme or reason to it. There's missions, but there's no there's no story to get invested in.
not really. And the characters are like, oh yeah, they die, and then you spawn and you start with the next character, and you can, you know,
Right.
find the guys that died and put them back in the machine, and or eventually they'll come back, right?
Yeah, they come back. There's nests that keep popping people out. You know, I know a lot of people enjoy it. No. See, Boba Fett says, I find it hard with randoms. I only play with mates or solo now. So, Boba, how are you finding this to be solo? I played it solo to get through the training mission so we could get into the multiplayer. I wasn't, and maybe I need to give it a chance solo. I didn't feel like solo it was going to be as good. But then again, when we played the 3 of us, we were having such a hard damn time with it. But it brought up this question. And it goes towards what's going on in the game industry now. Everything now in multiplayer and co-op seems to be this games as a service thing. You know, Back 4 Blood, Rainbow Six Extraction, you know, even to an extent, Halo Infinite is really turning into a games for service. Now, Halo Infinite has a campaign with a story and all that stuff, and we're going to get the chance to play that. Back 4 Blood had no story, right? The Division 2 really didn't have a story. We're getting into this thing, and it seems to come a lot from Ubisoft.
Yeah.
And I hearken back to the old days, and I miss the old days. And I am such a one day you're just gonna have to take over the show for me. Jesus. let me there we go. Thank you. We played this for 3 hours. I mean, we gave it the full run through. So Chris, you were out for a minute or two.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on Extraction?
I had fun playing with you both. I think it was challenging. Because we had to repeat several times, right? Certain areas. And then once we figured out, hey, you know, this is what we got to do to extract someone from the tree vines, and
yeah, that would be hard to do that solo though.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
impossible.
I think
it was hard enough when 2 of us.
Yeah, and the longer we played, I think it got a little bit more interesting, just trying to survive. And we had different, what was that one where you had to hunt down certain aliens, right? I mean,
Right.
overall, it was fun and it was kind of cool, but yeah, a little generic too at times.
Yeah.
And the market, I'm sure this game is like I'm sure they didn't spend a lot of money. They already had resources to pool to make this game, and they weren't going to pump a lot of money. I think, they want to. I think it's, they want to see what they're going to build on it and see the response. And of course, there's microtransactions. If you want this and that, and go buy it. So, I don't know. I mean, unless you two want to continue playing it, I probably won't pick it up again. Or if anybody else,
you have to
what I mean?
worry about that.
That's the whole point of this game and these type of games is that if you want to continue playing it and try to challenge yourself and keep going, it's best to play with friends. People that that you can communicate and you want to, like I said, play several hours on it. But other than that, it obviously didn't keep our attention to say, hey, let's come back. Over the weekend, I think Back for Blood, we had a little bit more, we enjoyed that a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind jumping back in that. And I know this weekend, the community game night, they want to play Alien.
Fire Team?
Fire Team. And that's in Game Pass, so I wouldn't mind downloading that and give that a shot and see how that goes with them. So I know Jago liked it, so
yeah, I've played some of it.
And I would prefer playing that because I enjoyed the Alien franchise. So yeah, these aliens here were generic, But
yeah, maybe that's what it was. It was just another PvE game.
Yeah. Then we were reminiscing about the past, what the Rainbow Six was. And then we started playing, Myke. What did we do?
We started playing. Okay, hold on. Let me grab that video So then we were like, we missed the good old days, right? The good old days when Rainbow Six games had a story, had a, and you felt like there was a reason to play it. So what Peter and I did, and I'm going to get to the part where it wasn't really choppy at the beginning. Hang on one second.
Oh, yeah. And we figured out the controls, too.
And we figured out the controls. So Peter and I decided, you know what? We're going to play. Hang on. Let me pop it into the thing here.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
It is, ladies and gentlemen. Here it
Rainbow
is.
Rainbow Six Vegas 2.
Mm.
Oh, I love playing that with my friends back in the day.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So
it's still good.
Oh,
yeah.
There's me. Yep. I mean, it really is. Let's get to a point here to where there's actually some action. There's a story that you have to play. There's a whole reason to go through level by level. You know, with Extraction, you were just playing. Did I not hit play? Hold on, sorry. Oh no, I was looking at the chat. Hang on, I gotta get to a point. There we go. There was a reason to go through each level. There was a purpose. Whereas with Extraction, you're playing the same couple of maps. We couldn't get past the first 3 maps, and all there really was in the map, all there really was were objectives in the map, right? There was no progression. There was no, a game like this, there's no grinding, there's no looting. You had loadouts. you pick your loadout and you try to get through the game.
Yeah.
Right. There was, I think here we were trying to, we were going after a guy who was trying to plant a bomb somewhere, and they had hostages, and we had to go save the hostages, and we had to go find the guy. We had to go through a school. We had to go through a couple of different places. Like we were up here, we were in a kind of a mountain HQ. I mean, this was the essence of Tom Clancy games for me. And
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say real quick. I remember, when one of us had the look at the scope, right, to look under the door.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
you
well,
like,
snake
okay, we got this and this and that, and then you would plan it among each other and said, hey, and that's everybody could see it, right? And so, okay, I'll get this when I go into this door. I get this person, you get that, right? And you planned it before you go in, because you wanted to make sure the hostages didn't get killed, right? During that,
right. Yeah, I'm trying to find a place in the video where, I mean, that's what we were doing.
Yeah.
Peter or I would look under a door, and then we'd go, all right, I'm gonna go in this door. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go in through the window, and then count of 3, breach and clear, and then we get in there and clear the objective. I mean, we worked together to get past the area, and it wasn't just okay, do this objective and I'd play this next map, right?
Yeah.
So
that was your snake cam.
Yeah.
Quick shout out to brother YOBY. He's a member for 9 months, and he says, #peace, love, life.
Peace, love, life, brother.
YOBY, appreciate it, brother.
And what was really funny is this was backward compatible on the Xbox One. It doesn't have any upgrades, so this, what you're seeing here is what you get.
Mm-hmm.
But man, this game held up visually too.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously not an Xbox One.
What didn't keep up was the controller schemes
right
that you have. Because at the beginning we were like throwing, our grenades left and right because.
Yeah, let me back this up a little bit, because this is exactly one of those places, right? So, so we're going in, right? You found a door, and so up in the upper right corner, we're seeing the story play out, and back a little bit here. So we get to the checkpoint. We get up to a door, right? You're checking out one of the doors. I decide I'm going outside, and I'll get in from the outside through a window. So there you guys go, checking that door, right? And I take another route, and together we're going to take all these guys out. So it was ahead of its time back then. Really was. And see, I agree, Boba Fett. Extraction, missing that element, adds a bit of the repetitive feel.
Yeah.
And that's a shame. So here I am. I'm taking a look. And I'm like, all right, well, maybe this is not for me. And then I spot, Peter's tagging somebody, and I'm getting ready to do that. And then I spot somebody upstairs. So then my next idea is, all right, well, I'm not going to go in there because I don't want that guy shooting me. I'm going to go upstairs, try to get him. And it was just that kind of stuff. And we communicated back and forth. This was the pinnacle. This is
a little
what it
bit
was
more
all
tactical, and and this one you did have to plan your approach. When we were playing Extraction, it's like we were just bum rushing in there and just figuring out as we go. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean, after a while, we tried to be a little bit more tactical. We were trying, hey, let's cover up the openings, put the barriers, but that didn't really seem like it was much of a help anyways, because they seemed to tear that down pretty quickly. So it's like,
Yeah, they
we
just
wasted
ran
time
through
doing that.
the walls. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was great. Just your gadgets and the communication, and it had an actual story that was, had a great story.
Mm-hmm.
It did. And I'm going
Well,
to
I'm
show you
snaking down there,
Yep.
tagging.
And as you're
And
tagging
Back 4
them,
Blood had, some of that, right? As we were progressing through, we did have to be, we had to plan it out. But still, it felt like a hack and slash. You had waves and waves coming at you, and it's just like,
Yeah.
well, you just hopefully you can get through it.
Yeah. So I'm going to show you another one that Peter, Rick, our brother Rick Lagdeezy, who our Fextra Life brother,
Man, good old Rick.
that we played, Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter. Now this game actually had a this game had a FPS boost.
Oh, nice.
This had a great this had a great story to it as well. So I guess the question is, where are these games? And Peter, you played a lot of Ghost Recon Wildlands and Breakpoint. I know you and Nate played a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I played with them on the Wildlands. Not so much Breakpoint.
Yeah,
yeah. Wildlands, you also had to be a little bit more tactical and
you
stuff.
did, yeah.
But
more
after
open,
that, I forgot the title now. But the Ghost Recon, it's more like different missions, even though it might have some little bit story. It wasn't as great. So it seemed more like loosey goosey. You do mission after mission, but overall they don't seem to be too connected. I mean, they look great, but that's about it.
Yeah. And you have to excuse me. One of the things I do with this, let me put it in another window, because one of the things I do when I put these up is, let me do it here, is zoom in so you don't see like the rest of the outer parts of the NLG feeds. There we go. That's a little bit better. These, I mean, did Wildlands at least? I remember some of Wildlands. I mean, I guess it at least had somewhat of a story if you rolled through the main missions, but there was also a lot of side stuff to do.
Yeah, and it seemed Breakpoint
were,
was even more like that.
Yeah, Breakpoint.
It's not like the the old
attention.
Raw where you
Yeah.
You have to be more planning stuff and be more tactical. And
yeah, I was more
the other ones is
interested
more
in
like
Wildlands.
the more run and gun.
And Division had somewhat of a story to it,
Yeah.
With the what everything was going on with the pandemic, the outbreak, and all that, and trying to keep the city in control, kind of gain control back. And Division 2 was like that in Washington. But I mean, I do kind of miss this, and watching this when you guys are playing this, I prefer this a little bit more, just more of a tactical element, the way they handle this, as you progress through.
I must say that, like, the newer games, it's it's more boring playing them by yourself. So you really need
Yes.
friends,
Yeah.
and then just goof around a little bit, that kind of stuff. But with the older games, you could play it solo and still have the same experience as when you're playing with, with friends. It's more tighter controlled, more, more tactical. So you have to communicate. But the other ones, you can just, run and gun and.
Yeah, I agree with that. By the way, I remember when you and I started playing this, and we're like, why does this seem smoother than we remember? This one got an FPS boost. So what you're seeing here, and this was pre Xbox Series X, so this was running on my Xbox One X, and had a 60 FPS boost. I was like, oh my god, this is so good. This is such a different game. So Paste has a lot to say on this, and I know Eating Paste was waiting for this topic. So he said, I'm a pretty hardcore gamer. I commit to a good amount of my time and spare money to it. I spend far more money on PvE story games and buy way more of these kind of games. However, I play and spend far more time with the GaaS games. I would say the split is almost 90-10 and 10-90. That's interesting.
Well, he's not alone, because
no, he's not. The
studio developers would not be making GaaS games if it wasn't making money. So obviously there are a lot of people who enjoy those games like he does, and we do too. But lately the ones that we played hasn't kept us coming back. So, and that's the whole point, right? You want to try to find that right balance where you can have a decent story, a good co-op with good mechanics and everything, and it doesn't feel like a grind. And if they continuously support it, I think that would help keep people coming back. But like games like Wildlands and Division, I don't really consider those GaaS. I mean, there are elements of some microtransactions and so on, but I those are, to me, are like more open world co-op. A little bit more to it, a different way to, multiple ways to approach it. You can fly in, drive in. They just added more to it. Like this, it's more on foot, more local, and they had multiple ways, but multiple ways to get into a building and so on, right? So, but then you got these GaaS games, and it's just repeat and rinse, and like Extraction, some of the modes just seem similar, where's there really much of a difference between each other,
Right. I will also say that one of the things about Back 4 Blood that was different was that, and I know this may not sound, this may sound a little crazy, but Back 4 Blood was 4-player, and Extraction was 3.
Yeah.
Which could have had something to do with the difficulty level, of course. But it could only be us, which I'm always fine with, of course. But we couldn't bring in back. I mean, Nate was playing with us at first while you were still going through the missions, and as soon as you were ready, he had to back out.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, especially that game, since the main Rainbow Six Siege is 4-player, right?
Right. Well, it was more than that because it was PvP.
Well, yeah, but on one team, was it 4 versus 4 or was it 6? I don't remember.
I don't remember either. It's been a long time since I've played Siege. And I wanted to, so Boba Fett said Destiny could have been so much better if the content was a constant reskin despite great story and raid mechanics. And I think honestly raid is what kept that has kept that game going.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But they've done a great job as far as consistent content yearly.
Oh, they have. I mean, Rainbow
You
Six
know,
Siege has been a constant.
yeah.
Remember when we were doing MPDs every month, and that game would be on it for
Mm-hmm.
you know
Mhm.
every month. And I mean, and that's why I'm betting that's why Extraction is like it is, because they see that they can, maybe they can chunk some new content in there and keep people going, and
Yeah,
then they
new
can sell you
operator, the new
right, and then they can
capabilities.
battle pass you with it,
Yeah.
And it did well
Um,
because it was in Game Pass, right? It had great engagement. Then they said something about 3 million engagement.
Well, let me ask you this. I mean, or the three of us, we would not have bought this game if it wasn't in Game Pass.
No.
I don't think I would have.
Mm-mm.
So.
We had a chance to try it,
Mm-hmm.
and like I just found it. I found it so interesting that Peter, you and I had more fun with
Oh,
Vegas.
I can't wait to go back to Vegas.
I know
Say
we're
that
going to
way.
do that tomorrow night.
I might jump in with y'all.
No, can
I love Vegas.
how many players is Vegas? 2. Give me a second. Let me grab the box. Talk for a
It's not 4?
I mean, maybe it's 3. I don't know.
I thought it was 4 because I thought I remember.
I mean, I think there are 4 on the squad. 2 are.
Yeah, hang
I
on.
mean,
I got
when
the
we played,
box.
2 were controlled by AI.
Co-op. It says co-op 2 to 4.
Yeah.
What? There we go.
Yep.
So we're on tomorrow night. We're gonna do our, Friday night so we'll make it Friday night with Peter, Chris, and Myke.
Yeah.
Go.
No. Oh, they were spooky. I mean, Vegas was so good. Unfortunately, I
was.
don't have my copy of Vegas 1, but Vegas 2, baby. And we started playing. We started streaming it last Friday.
You don't
And
have
we
it like from a Games with Gold or something?
I don't think I do. Because I didn't download it because I thought I still had it.
Yeah. Hopefully
Now-
you get it in a retro box one of these days.
Exactly, or I'm sure I can get it at my local store. I don't think that's a problem. No.
You invited the real HCK.
No. Let's see, where are we in the chat here? Pace said, I recently stopped playing GaaS games. I put down Valorant and went back to PvE story retro games. But really, this is because I'm waiting for Diablo 2 Remastered, which is a GaaS game, to patch so I could play it again with my friends. Boba Fett says, at the end of the day, it feels DLC. Hard to convince me otherwise. Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Extraction definitely feels. Well, it was like a mode, right? They briefly had it in their Siege game. So
yeah. Shizno says Extraction looks somewhat interesting, but I don't play R6, so I doubt I'll play it. No, but you should go back and try some of the older Rainbow Six games. Shizno, you might like them.
Yeah.
An Advanced Warfighter is different than, well, that's Ghost Recon. I'm sorry, so that's different because that's Ghost Recon. Spooky, I'll be watching it tomorrow as you guys play through. Been so long since I've seen it in action. Awesome. So we'll be on a little later, Spooky. I don't know if you'll be up. We usually start that around 10:30. But you know what? You're in here now, so obviously you'll be up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the older Rainbow Six games are a blast, but Siege never grabbed me. And I agree with you. It's not that I didn't like Siege, but Siege is only great if you're playing PvP, and I'm not a PvP player.
Yeah.
As much.
And I think it's harder to get into Siege now because the people who are still playing Siege are seasoned players.
Yeah, and then if you don't know what you're doing,
you're
gonna get yelled at.
Like,
They're gonna get frustrated with you.
And that's what I love with a lot of those GaaS games that go on for a while, and like at the beginning, like everybody jumps in and you're playing like people against a whole bunch of range of skill.
Mm-hmm.
But after a year or two, it's like only really like diehards, between quotes, because I mean, but definitely people who have played it for quite some time. It's are the ones that are really playing it. So if you want to jump in, yes, you have a hard time or a harder time.
Yeah.
And
Because you don't know the maps, you don't know, the tricks and
yeah. I know my youngest brother, he was pretty big on Siege, and I know he would ask me a couple of times, "You want to come in and play?" And I was like, but he would tell me, but I told him, "Nah, I'm not that good, and I probably wouldn't be able to help you out much." He's like, "Yeah, you're probably right. These guys probably yell at you or whatever because they all expect this and that,
yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh, so speaking of like Extraction, right? It didn't really grab us, and in a way, it seemed kind of generic, and it's more about they just want to sell you content. I would like to see what Xbox did, Coalition did with Highbuster. That was a nice co-op game. It was beautiful. It had a good story to it. I would like to see them do more of that. And Halo Infinite is supposed to be a multi-year kind of a live service game, and you have the multiplayer and you have the co-op. I hope they can keep us going. I want that co-op experience. And Highbuster was great. I'd like to see more of that from Coalition. I don't know why. Hopefully they're working on something else. But yeah, that type of co-op would be great. I mean, if they want to add some cosmetic stuff and maybe add more characters and all that, and keep more content coming, I'd be fine with that. But more levels, more areas, more about surviving, make it a little bit more challenging. I like to see more of that. But Extraction, yeah, I don't want to see that from Xbox.
Yeah. I mean, you already get that. Xbox already has that.
Well,
they've
they
got
have
that
Sea
with
of Thieves, but I think it's a
exactly.
better quality of live service.
But it's still,
some people...
but it's still not the. Well, okay, so hold on. So let me back up. They tried to do some story with the Pirates of the Caribbean, Caribbean or whatever.
Yeah.
But by and large, the game was not a story-driven game.
No, it wasn't. That's not what it was meant to be. But over time, they listened to people and they were like, we'd like to have some story content in there. And I think they've done a pretty good job doing that. Of course, I haven't really played those, but from what Juan and Nate and them that have played some of that story content, they've enjoyed it. But and hopefully going forward, what they've learned from that game and other games they bring into the fold, because they're going to have more games like that, live with service type. So we'll see, hopefully feedback they get and, to make it more interesting, more to the point where you want to keep coming back. But then again, some people, some of the games are made to where, are they a streaming type game? Is it more popular to play this game to stream than it is for us to just play and enjoy? You know what I mean? So that's how some of these games are built, but for streaming.
So that's a whole other issue, and that's a lot of where this genre has gone.
Mm-hmm.
And guys in the chat,
so it's kind of ruined Sea of Thieves for me quite a bit.
Yeah, you're not the only one. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not necessarily suggesting that Sea of Thieves is not a great game or hasn't become a good game. I do remember at the very beginning, it was lacking. We had fun with it, but it was lacking. Let's call it as it is.
But you know what? At the beginning, I had the most fun with
I
that
had a
game.
lot
You
of fun
did.
too.
We
yeah,
all
again.
did. We all did. And I'm not suggesting it's a bad game. It's obviously a popular game. Millions of people are playing it. I'm watching my 7-year-old play it. I mean, I'm watching him get into it now. But it's still a games as a service, and outside of that little Pirates of the Caribbean story that happened, which by the way had some issues of its own, it's still just a games with a service game. There's no story, there's no rhyme or reason. You just, you go around and you basically find treasure and get money. It's a looter shooter without the shooter. I mean, come on. It's literally loot. You are literally getting loot. That's what it's called.
Yeah, you're pirating.
Yeah, you're pirating loot. But that's, and so Microsoft's got that, and I'm not saying that there isn't room for it. I'm not. What I'm suggesting is that not every frickin' game and every frickin' series has to be it. Right? Rainbow Six Extraction didn't have to be it. And that's why Peter and I went back to Vegas.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have to go back to an older game to get that enjoyment. But the problem is, it's the microtransactions, it's the looting, it's the trying to keep engagement after that, which I do understand. Trying to keep that engagement after the story's over. Right? That's why Halo Infinite, that's why 343 is going the way that it's going, because after the game is over, after the story is over, they need to keep people engaged in the game. I get that. It's, and maybe it's a little more of a reason why I railed against the game not having a co-op at launch, right? Because instead of that game, we got Extraction. And Halo Infinite, the co-op, playing through the story co-op, would have been highly more enjoyable to us, to the three of us, maybe with Brother Back, as as playing Extinction, Extraction.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, that's more our cup of tea, the type of co-op games that we like to play.
Yeah.
And live service games like Back 4 Blood and Extraction, and what was that other one that the Dungeon and Dragon one? I mean, that didn't really hold up.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that one. I know what you're talking about.
Vermintide was better than that.
Right. Vermintide had a purpose and a story.
Yeah.
It really does, Pace. He says, yeah, it sucks when you take a good story game and turn it into a games with a service game. It really does. Now, Halo Infinite has a chance to break that mold. I don't know if it will or not.
I think it will.
I just don't know any other games that are there, and Ubisoft has seemingly given up on it. And maybe that's why, instead of a new Rainbow Six game, instead of a new Splinter Cell game, we're getting a remake of Splinter Cell rather than a new Splinter Cell. Because maybe they want to use Splinter Cell as a games with a service. Games as a service.
All I'm hoping is that Microsoft will buy Ubisoft and help them out of their misery and start making,
Well,
games
we
that
can
are
never
great
say never.
because true. I mean, I don't have high hopes for the next Assassin's Creed and stuff. I don't know.
Right.
They go the same route,
That is up in the air. Yeah, definitely.
They gas everything kaput, I'm afraid. So who knows?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's even louder on that side of the room.
Yeah.
Ha,
Well,
Such nice.
because on this side, because you can't see it, but above here, this is the Mustang wall.
Mm.
Right.
Oh, I see.
And that's the blue side. The yellow side is the Star Wars, and then the green side is the gaming. And then so I took some pictures. I'll show it to y'all a little bit later. I'll post it up.
Okay. Nice.
But unfortunately we're gonna get a mix. We're gonna get gas games like Extraction. But I hope we continue. Like I said, I brought up, High Buster, a nice, good co-op game, good story.
That did.
Very well put together, and, going through each level. And it was challenging and a good looking game. So hopefully I think.
Even 5. I mean, even Gears of War 5, while it wasn't the greatest game in the Gears of War series, had a coherent story. And it was co-op.
Yeah. It was fun co-op on that.
It was. And
I think we're gonna have fun co-op in Halo Infinite. It's an open world. We just could run around and tackle a lot of the areas together. And hopefully the DLC story content is engaging and it's fun to do.
One of the Ubisoft games, Hyperscape, is on its way out. They're shutting down a Hyperscape server.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So if it's a bad GaaS game, those will die.
Oh yeah,
sooner or later. So
yeah, there's no point in keep putting more money into it if it's not really doing well. And now go to the next GaaS game, see how that does.
But yeah, that seems to be Ubisoft's thing. It's GaaS and a double down on NFT. So we'll find out.
Yeah.
Indeed. I had Darktide. Darktide's the new Warhammer game coming out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
So just give us a healthy mix,
Yeah, I think, hopefully, we do, and it's not just overrun by a bunch of generic GaaS games that just don't appeal, or But the thing is, I mean, the younger gamers that's where they're at. They like these, GaaS games that reward you as you go through and grind, and it's repetitive. And they can stream it. That's just where the market's at right now. And the gaming industry is making a lot of money off of it. So, but like you said, hopefully we get a good mix and we don't have to, that's all we're getting. So
I hope it's not. It feels like it is. Okay, so at least from Ubisoft, it feels like it is.
Well, yeah, that's where they're going, and let's just hope they don't ruin Assassin's Creed and Splinter Cell or whatever by, with making gassing it, So hopefully the story's engaging and it's challenging and fun, even if it is a GaaS game.
Yeah. And maybe I'm miss lumping them together. GaaS versus story. I could be miss grouping them. It just feels like the games as a service stuff is built to continue on, so you lose the point to point story.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's what I'm. I don't consider, for example, Gears of War 5 or Gears of War Hivebusters, the add-on, I don't consider that games as a service.
No.
Right? Because those were straightforward games. The first games as a service game that has a campaign that I'm aware of here in this current gen is Halo Infinite. And of course, Horizon and God of War are not co-op, so
Yeah.
I want
But
more. I want more
go ahead.
games like Gears of War and the Hivebusters and Vegas and stuff like that. And maybe that's what I'm looking for, and I'm not seeing a lot of it right now, and that's what's scaring me about where the industry's headed.
Yeah. No. The industry is going to GaaS, live service, where they're making one core game, and they're going to support it for long term. And don't be surprised. Well, I mean, you have Warzone, which is free to play, but don't be surprised going forward that Xbox, they might work with the studios and say, let's just do one model and we'll support it for like 10 years. And the studios can work together to bring DLC, and they're not being hounded to drop a whole new Call of Duty every year. And they'll just drop that. They'd be like Destiny and Halo Infinite, just drop stories, DLC, drop, update, keep updating, supporting the multiplayer side of it. And, that's where the market, that's where everybody's going. That's what Ubisoft is going to do with Assassin's Creed. It's going to be one long-term supported Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. I mean, if there's a story that keeps on, expanding, then it's fine. But if the story doesn't keep expanding, even like Siege, the story doesn't really expand. You might get a new map and you have new operators and all that stuff. To me, that's boring as I don't know what. It's like, I don't want to see those games being supported for more than a year. I want new stuff, because this just becomes a grind, and I don't like to grind. I like to
When you look at Valhalla, I think they're using that as a model for what they're going to do on the next Assassin's Creed live of service, is that where they keep bringing DLC, right? Where they brought, like you're in, it was in a different country, and then they brought what's her name to come in from Odyssey. I think that's what the new Assassin's Creed live of service is going to be, where they're going to keep continuously bringing in DLC content like that.
But you don't really do anything outside of that, You kind of like play those stories. Then it's not like a grind fest where you have to go to the same case 20 million times to get your whatever loot that is, so you can buy other weapons or find other weapons by chance.
But there is stuff in Assassin's Creed Valhalla that you can go buy on store, right?
Oh yeah.
And
you can buy your name, your horses or new armor, kind of
weapons too, right?
Some weapons, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, you can do that in any game, also, like a very story-driven A to Z game, or or the same thing when you get your pre-order, you get like a special outfit or a sword or some weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
mean, time will tell.
Yeah. So.
Myke and I, remember we were talking about like, oh yeah, we'll be gaming far in our 70s, and I say, and beyond. Well, maybe not the latest games. Maybe we'll be,
we'll still be back on.
Still back and playing.
As long as Xbox keeps supporting, carry your games carry forward. And we can keep playing them on whatever they have. Of course. Far in the future, it's just going to be it's just going to be cloud gaming, to be in the cloud.
Right.
So.
But here's another nice thing about, going back to the Activision thing, that Microsoft bought them because they're really into their, into their BC and keeping those games alive,
Mm-hmm.
especially in
Well,
a
that's
digital
where-
world. It's going to be harder and harder. You know that.
Yeah, and that's where I think Game Pass really comes into play. But also with the older games, it may be worth holding on to the physical and just
Mhm.
having your Xbox 360 just in case. Because remember too, the 360 did peer to peer, so there are no servers to shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
It's
why
another-
this game is still
you know.
playable. When was this game out?
And those games probably play better peer to peer than in the past because now internet connections are faster, more reliable, et cetera, et
Mhm.
cetera, et cetera. So
Yep, and they had to have good net code.
Mm-hmm.
But back then they had to do peer to peer, right? Because
Right.
the net infrastructure just wasn't there enough to like it is now. Even though now it's not all great for most, but
Mhm.
Yeah, this is the one thing. Once we go to all streaming, it's like like years from this. If you fast forward many years, it's like how the games will they now be forgotten? You can never play those same games again. They were not on any physical media. They were just piece of digital code that was running, and now you can't run those anymore. They just cease to exist.
Right. No, that's
well, I think laws would have to be put in place to, if you own it, they have to honor that, do some kind of digital.
Yeah, but even
ownership.
like everything is like so connected. Like even single player games now require an online service for.
Yeah, like your
Who knows
discs
what?
really are not discs. I saw
Yeah.
Frankie complaining about the Halo Infinite disc that once you put it in, you're required to go online and download the rest of the game.
Yeah, I mean it's just a plastic piece of DRM.
That's the way it's been
That's
for
all
a
it
lot
is.
of the physical discs.
Yeah,
So,
but even if that's the case, still like I don't know about Halo Infinite, but there were certain games like, when their servers went down, even though you're playing the single player campaign, poof, you could not play it. Like the Ubisoft games are very prone to that.
yeah, but the disc nowadays they just can't. You have to be able to go online and download whatever is left on the game because the disc cannot hold
Right.
everything.
But even
anymore.
after you download it, you cannot say like, "Hey, I'm gonna disconnect my internet and play this game."
Yeah.
no, you cannot.
No, you can't. Yeah.
Especially if it's in Game Pass or
Well, that too. Let's say you could bypass the DRM thing. Maybe there's a check-in every 24 hours. So every 24 hours you need to plug it in. But even that, then it's like the game might not even run because it cannot phone home to whoever what it know what it does.
Right. I mean, remember, I love how you snuck that 24-hour check-in in because remember,
Yeah,
that was the original plan.
Mm-hmm.
But what about when you're on a submarine? You cannot just come to the service every 24 hours.
Right. We have a console for you.
Yeah. Actually, now there's a console too. It's including a handheld. That's your Nintendo Switch.
That's right.
Put in the cartridge. No blowing required.
Yep.
Not
or
yet.
your phone. Or your phone. Right. I'm surprised that wasn't a condition of the Switch. You have to.
The only thing you have to blow is a PS5 controller, apparently.
That's right. You don't have to do that. It's just noise.
No, I know.
All right, so good discussion on this, and we'll keep playing. So if you want to play tomorrow night with us, jump in, Chris. We'll be there.
Yeah.
So, we kind of went through a couple of news article, news things like Horizon and stuff like that earlier, but I did want to point out one quick thing. There's rumor that this is going to be an Xbox game, But for the moment, we got some news out of Certain Affinity. For those of you who might not be aware, Certain Affinity is a developer who has worked on games like Halo. I think they worked on some on Halo Infinite, some on Halo Wars. In fact, let me go to their main page here. We can look at some of the stuff Certain Affinity has worked on. So they're a game developer out of Austin, Texas. Let's see. Our work. So, of course, they worked on the Halo franchise. They have worked on World of Tanks, Call of Duty, Age of Booty, and pretty much have helped out with...
so
that's
Halo,
right.
Call of Duty,
Crackdown 3.
Crackdown
They did
3,
work on that.
yeah.
Yep.
World
So
of
they did
Tanks,
Left 4 Dead.
Doom.
So,
Mafia.
yep, Doom. So Crimson Alliance. So they've they've been Mafia 3. So they've been a little busy and they've done a lot with Halo. So they are, and I'll go back to this page, they are working on a new original IP. They're leading development. So, okay, they're leading development on a new original IP. Not they're developing a new game. They're leading development. So, are we excited to take on this genre and style of game that we've always loved? Thrilled beyond words. Are we honored to be bringing this game to market? Indescribably so. Are there any other tantalizing details regarding this new venture? More than we can say, which means no.
No.
And we mean quite literally. The particulars of this new game are still very much under wraps. So all we can say for now is that this ambitious new project. Hold on, guys. My 1 sec. My microphone stand is falling off my desk.
No.
Oh, I've had that happen too.
Yeah, this is such a professional show that we have going on here, boy. You know what it is?
Put a new,
Here's the funny part.
Viva Negra in there.
Yes,
slot.
it's always
Keep
me.
it up.
Yeah, it's always me. It's never you guys. That's the unprofessional part. It's always me. I don't
Mike's
know
trying
why
to
you
get
I
a
think
new
we're able.
boom.
I think Chris and I are able to blend it in more.
I don't know why you
It's
let
like,
me
oh,
run this
nothing
show.
happened. In
All
the
right,
meantime,
so-
we're sweating down
The particulars. All we can say for now is this ambitious new project. That's the second time I did it. Is the culmination of our goals to steadily and healthily grow a world-class team to create an original IP. So they are creating it. No.
Do they own the
Oh.
IP or just creating
That's
it?
right. I think, well, it says to create. We're led by Max Hoberman, our founder and CEO, and the former multiplayer and online lead for the Halo series. Ooh. We have built an industry-leading team that has been going strong since 2006. With 250 plus employees, we are the largest independent developer in Austin, Texas. Sounds like you need to take a road trip, Chris. Go see these guys.
Yeah.
Our company continues bringing together many of the most talented developers in Austin, and in our sister studio in Toronto, we are hiring even more talented people in both locations to work on this new original IP, as well as for roles on our other AAA co-development projects. There you go. So they're making something. We don't know what it is yet. Now, I know what the internet says. The
What does
internet
the internet
says...
say?
The internet says this is a new Xbox game that is supposed to be like Monster Hunter. We'll see.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I'm not buying into that.
Yeah. I mean, they obviously have a good relationship with Xbox.
Maybe it's a
Yep.
new skill bound.
And with new
Yeah.
wouldn't that be funny? But it says to create an original IP, so it's not
Yeah.
scale bound.
Yeah, maybe
It's,
it's wheel bound. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dragon bound.
Dragon bound.
So there you go. There's Certain Affinity, and they are doing their thing. So we have that going on.
At least it sounds like it's new IP, which is always exciting, regardless of what it is.
Yes.
We'll see.
So we talked about the new Blizzard IP coming out. We talked about that in the Blizzard section, so we don't really have to go back to that. This month's
talk
games
about the
with
games
gold.
with gold.
Yep,
Oh,
we got there's games with gold and PlayStation Plus. So this month's games with gold will be Broken Worlds 5, Never Yield, which I've actually wanted to play. That was that what was his name? Aerial Knights Never Yield. I actually did want to play that. It's a runner. Hydrophobia, which I don't know what is, and Band of Bugs. So those are coming out for the Xbox, and then over on the PlayStation.
I don't think I've heard about none of those, but
I've heard of Never Yield. Let's see what.
Never Yields. Let me look it up because it doesn't ring bells.
It's a runner. On the other side, oops, PlayStation blog. The PlayStation Plus games for February are going to be UFC 4, EA UFC 4. Where the hell did it go? I clicked on. That's not what I looked. That's not what I clicked on. Why is it? Take me to what I clicked on. Here we go. UFC 4, Planet Coaster. And Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep, a Wonderland's one-shot adventure.
Is this the Tiny Tina? Is that the new one that I've heard about?
That is not the...
Not the same...
No, it's not the same game.
Hmm.
No.
Well, yeah, AssassinLupa is at Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
Yeah, that's a different...
I've heard good things about
yeah,
that. That's not
I've
the
heard,
same...
Yeah.
Same people? The same... No VR game?
No VR game this month.
PlayStation's not doing any VR giveaways anymore?
No, not this month.
Or they ran out?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah, the Never Yield looks good.
It does look good.
I now know what it is, yeah.
Yeah. Pluck! Hello, Parent
Pluck. Parent Pluck.
Hey, good morning.
So what else is happening? I don't know if I don't know much else that's happening other than this big stuff. There were these couple little things here. But nothing else really at the moment. I'm sure there will be more as we go along. So being as we are getting on 12:30, probably ready to
Crysis announced that they're working on a new game.
Oh shit, how did I forget that?
Yeah,
Crysis 4.
that's right,
Yeah, Crysis 4 is coming. Thank you.
I bet it will burn your 3090 to a crisp. But
burn your PS5 and Xbox Series X as well. Yeah.
Is it coming out for console or is it just PC? I don't think they said anything about it.
They haven't said anything. And who knows when it's coming out? It's early in development.
Yeah.
So.
See you in 27 maybe.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Thank you for I think that's
I wish they would make a new Rise 2.
Yeah. Oh, whoa.
What happened? Something new? Breaking news?
Power Slave Exhumed. So Power Slave was a Saturn and PS1 game. It was called Exhumed on the PS1, and it was called Power Slave on the Saturn. It was an amazing game on the Saturn. The Saturn really couldn't do 3D. Yes, Pace from the Saturn. Check this out. A KEX engine port coming out February 10th. Oh, God. So, to give you an idea, the Saturn didn't do first-person shooters well. It had Duke Nukem, which was good. But this game, Power Slave, just absolutely blew away almost every other first-person shooter at the time. I had it, and I was stupid enough to sell it way back in the day before I realized how expensive it is. That game on the Saturn right now runs about $400. So this is coming out on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Oh man. Sorry, it's just that it's a game that if you've never seen it, it's hard to describe.
Yeah.
The best thing I could do is tell you when this thing hits on the 10th. Take a look at it. I'm looking to see what the price is. Let me go to the Xbox site real quick. Yeah, hang on. I'll tell you what, Pace. Give me a second. I'll look on GameEye. Handy dandy GameEye app. And I will tell you exactly what it is worth right now. And why I kick myself all the time for not keeping it. Power Slave right now. Just the disc. 185. Complete in box, $379. And if you are lucky enough to have it brand new in the cellophane, $644.
Wow.
Yeah. That is how, but that, I mean, it's rare. It's also one of the best Saturn games. I mean, it really is one of the best Saturn games on the platform. And it was actually one of the few games that was better on the Saturn than on the PlayStation 1, despite the PlayStation 1 being better at 3D games and polygon and stuff like that. Oh, it wasn't polygon games. I'm sorry. It was better at 3D gaming than the Saturn, but this game actually was better. It's not up on the store yet.
See, there's just one cool racing game called Circuit Superstars, and that is out now on Xbox and Steam. It's a top-down racing game built by racing fans for racing fans. Looks pretty cool.
Chisno, I streamed Saturn Shmups on Sunday. You should go back and check out that stream. Oh. All right, so that looks like all the news.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, it's 12:30. I say we get on out of here. So, guys, everybody who hung out with us tonight, thank you so much, and welcome. So, welcome to Boba Fett. Welcome back, Spooky. Welcome back.
Yeah, Spooky.
No Paste, Pluck. I know Pluck. You just rolled in, but we expect that. Nick was here. I got to go back and see all the. We had. I can't scroll back terribly far. Nick, Lupa, Sister Lupa, Brother Doggy, if he's still around. I know he said hi at the beginning, but didn't really. YOBY, Brother YOBY's in the house.
Lemon, Axel.
Yep. Project Jeff was here earlier. Axel was here earlier. Brother Axel.
Reprobate.
Reprobate was here earlier.
Geeks.
Diego.
Yep. Diego. Brother Nick.
Pete.
Yep. Classy Gaming Fun was here. Brother Lemon. The right hand of
Lupa.
Zeus.
Our Russian friends.
Our Russian, yes, our Russian porn friends. So, there was
Hasselhoff.
Brian Hasselhoff. TV's Hasselhoff was here.
Yeah.
Brian F was silent but hanging out. What's up, brother Brian? Back was here. Cousin
Back.
Born was here.
Taj.
Qeorge.
Qeorge.
Janong, whatever.
Oh, Jan. Yes, Jan.
Jan.
My brother Jan. You're going back and watching watching the stream, aren't you? That's the way to do it. So, to everybody, guys, all of you, we love you. Thank you so much. We had a great time tonight. Some great conversation. Tomorrow night, Peter and I, and hopefully Chris, be back.
Going back to Vegas.
Going back to Vegas, baby. Friday night with Peter and Myke, and maybe Friday night with Peter, Chris, and Myke, and we're gonna do some
Yes.
Vegas too. Get back into that story.
Love
Sometime over the weekend, I'm going to do. Hey, what's up, John? John, I heard you did a goodbye hello stream. Sometime over this weekend, I am, or on Monday, if I do a retro stream Monday, gonna do some wacky races because somebody on Twitter actually asked for it, and we'll keep going from there and see what's up. And then hopefully sometime this month we'll get you will begin your Horizon Forbidden West stream. We'll be all tuning into that, Peter.
Yes. Looking forward to it.
Yes, it was a fun game, Spooky, and I'll tell you what, I love Infogrames. Infogrames was a great publisher. This is Infogrames, WB, and Cartoon Network. So, Chris, what you got going on? Toto Dope
I don't
was
know.
here. Aha, Toto Dope. Thank you for hanging out, buddy. Sorry, Chris. Thank you for hanging out. Welcome to our chat. Thank you again for the kind words about being on the Iron Lords. We'll hope you guys will come back and see us again. We'll be here every week. Sorry, go ahead, Chris. What do you got going on?
And hit that bell so you know when we're on next
That's
time.
right. I got to start saying that.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys
I don't
say
know.
that.
I probably jump back on Far Cry 6 and
Cool.
try to finish that up, and then Valhalla after that. But
Yeah.
but knowing me, Dying Light 2 when that comes out, I'll probably be jumping on that.
I'm still
We
bitter
shall
about
see.
the first Dying Light because that game was broken and it's still broken. I think I couldn't, nobody could join my game.
Yeah, when you and Nate, I think Coop, right? Y'all were all trying to
Yeah.
jump in together. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's supposed to be revamped, so we'll see how the second one does.
Okay.
People are already playing it, reviewing it right now. Well, not open, but prepping for that one.
Now that's going to be a good multiplayer game, by the way. I'm expecting that one to be a good
Yeah.
multiplayer game. So,
Yeah, hopefully.
So, I got Boba's gamer tags. I'm gonna get him added, and then Boba, when you see us online and party, man, jump on in. You're absolutely welcome. And I think if I saw your profile correctly, you are in Australia, so you're what, 12 hours ahead of us, or 12? Yeah, 12 hours ahead, right? Something like that, maybe 14. So our 10:30 at night could be your
Yeah.
10:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So, 4:30 p.m. Gotcha. So you're 12, 13, 14. So you're 14 hours ahead. I could have calculated that. I didn't need my fingers for that. So anyway, thank you all so much for joining us. This has been a great night. A lot of great discussion. Don't forget as well, We have our Gamers United Guild folks down in the description below. Please sub to their channels as well. We really do. The guild has great content and great stuff literally every day. Tomorrow's the iconic. I'm sorry, I'm getting tired. The iconic video games podcast with Axel, Doggy, and Princess Zelda. On Saturday is the Dragon's Den with Brother Lemon and his crew. On Sunday, we got Flamish and the Flamish Experience. On Monday, every other Monday, we have Retro Roots. We have Sunday night TXR. Thank you. Yeah. TXR on Sunday night. On Monday, no Retro Roots this week, but next week will be another Retro Roots. On Tuesday is Retro Renegades. On Wednesday is Go Game Go, and then we're back here Thursday night at 9 p.m. And don't forget, before us is 4GQ-TV, which is on at 6, leading up to us here at 9 o'clock on Thursdays. So we're like your NBC Thursday nights. So, and Midweek Gaming is on Wednesdays as well. We'll give them a plug because they're good people. I think
they go on a little early because I'm at work when they go on. Sometimes I try to jump in there and say hi.
I'm lobbying Peter to get on midweek.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think he'd be awesome. So we got a lot going on. So please check out all these great channels and all this great content. Man, have a great weekend, everybody. Catch us here tomorrow night for some co-op Rainbow Six Vegas 2. And pick up a controller. Get some gaming in. Play on, gamers.
Game on.
Yep. Adios, gamers. Have a good weekend.
Have a great weekend, everyone. We love you.